Hello there, you spectacular specimens of humankind. You have a good lucky scamps of individuals. Welcome on into the Cult of Vain, the home of hedonism, here with the last day, the very last day of this big old mustache. Oh, I can't fucking wait to shave this off tonight. I really can't. It's got to that horrible level where it just gets in the way for everything. I had a natural yogurt this morning. I got up and I was like, ooh, bit of natural yogurt. Help with the friendly bacteria and all that jazz. And I literally took one spoonful and my moustache just sucked up all the yogurt. And I was like, this is going to be fucking vile in like 20 minutes when that yogurt fucking dries. And I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't fucking deal with it. So I immediately went and washed my face again. And literally, I'd like just got out of the shower like 20 minutes earlier. And I was like, I need to go and wash my face again. I need to go get all this fucking vile shit out of my moustache. So, it's been one of those mornings, friends. It's been one of those mornings. I've woken up with a pretty awful headache. But I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I've been hanging around with members of the public. And as it not that it's any of their fault, just that when mass amounts of people from different walks of life all come together, there tends to be lurgies. So I've got a feeling that like sometime next week when I stop for a moment, hopefully after Vainmas, when I stop for a moment, there is a good chance that I am going to be hit with the extra lurgies. What am I looking at next week? Yeah, Tuesday, I'm naturally going to be streaming, but Tuesday evening, I have nothing planned. And I'm like, yeah, that's when it's going to hit me. That's when it's going to hit me. It's going to fuck me up. It's going to be wonderful. How you doing, Nibberin? How's it going, Lunicon? Hello, Dapper Cogsworth. Shaves, the opposite of Founder. Good God damn it. I hate you, Dapper Cogsworth. I hate you and the horse you rode in on and your entire lineage of dad joke spoiling the game scenarios. All right, I hate it. I hate it all. How's it going, Zooey Booey? Just popping my head in to say hello, you beautiful beans. We're heading off to do the cleaning up that you've been putting off since Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow morning, I have dedicated myself to clean some of the stuff behind this curtain. Behind this curtain resides the living room that is currently full of shite. So Tuesday morning, it was meant to be me and Chunk doing it together, but Chunk's been pulled into work to do like a barrel delivery or something like that. So there's a good chance it may just be me at least starting it, which is fine. I'll just get into the flow of things, and then I'm away Friday evening to go and see. Well, I'll be working Friday afternoon, going Friday evening to go see a friend of mine. Where we're just going to have... Well, I believe the plan is that we're going to have pizza or have some description of takeaway and watch the Alice in Wonderland musical porn parody. Because, you know, it's as soon as I discovered it, I was like, this is something that I need to witness at some stage with my face. So that's what our plan on Friday night. And then I'm going straight from their house straight to Cardiff on Saturday, which is another 5-ish hour drive, because I'm going to be at the Twitch Cardiff meetup on Saturday night. So that is my plan Saturday. Then Sunday, driving back home, catching up with a couple of things, and putting the initial plots in place to get ready for Vainmas on Monday. So it's going to be a busy all weekend. But it'll be good. It'll be good to see people, you know, without a giant fuck off mustache. Extra streamage. Sometimes the universe gives when it takes. Feeling a bit Ms. after the doctor told me I have severe detached retinal gel. Oh my lordy. I'm taking it as easy as I can. Hope you have a great stash-tastic stream, Valen. Razotter, you cheeky little devil. I'm gutted to hear that, friend. What, if you don't mind me asking, what is the go-to treatment for something like that? I've not come across detached retinal gel before. I've heard of detached retinas. I've not heard of detached retinal gel before, so I'm intrigued by that one. How you doing, Elizana? How you doing, you wonderful individual? Giles, welcome on in, you cheeky devil. Hope everyone's well on this wet day. I have to say, I'm a little bit apprehensive, Giles. I mean, I've had a bit of a morning anyway, but we all have bits of morning, so we always have them every so often. But it was meant to rain this morning. The forecast said that it was going to rain all morning till about now. Till about around between 12 and 1-ish. However, haven't seen a drop of rain all morning, which means that it's likely going to piss it down when we go out and do the last of the Christmas parades tonight. So it's going to be wet and miserable. We're still going to do everything we do. Still going to go out there, still going to wave, still going to be having a wonderful time doing everything we can to make Christmas nice and joyous for the people of the hometown. But I am definitely going to get wet, and probably by the end of it, I'll take spare clothes with me so that I can get changed and just be like, right, that's all right. Put everything in the wash as soon as I get home, you know. But I was annoyed not to wake up to the rain this morning, you know. Razor coming in with the 35 streams in a row. Bloody scandalous. I know it's not raining, but that doesn't mean you get to run around all naked. Alongside Dapper Cogsworth, who runs by drive-by streakage, saying we've all lost the game. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting behavior. Not even the nudity, just your behavior. Outrageous. The nudity is quite tantalizing, but still, good lord. Good lord. I was going to ask about... Yeah, I guess I did. That's the thing. It's the Sims Thief. It pretty much is, yeah, to be honest with you, Razor. It's not too far from the truth, from what my current aesthetic is, for sure. For sure. Tash was like, time to absorb. Yeah, it was fucking horrible. Pretty impressive soup strainer, for sure. Oh, I have it, amusingly... After we do the parade, we always get back to the place wherever we're meeting and doing all the congregation-y bits and what have you. And they always have soup available. They always have soup ready. The first night we had a mix between roast tomato and vegetable. Tuesday night we had mushroom and vegetable. I told them very clearly that I have nothing but disdain for the fact that they chose mushroom. That's wrong and evil. And then as soon as I walked in yesterday, they were like, I thought you'd like to know that it's carrot and coriander all vegetable today. And I was like, ooh, carrot and coriander. And it was delicious. It was delicious. However, I was very adamant when I got like a mug of it, dipping my little breads in and what have you, that I didn't just drink it. I was always with a spoon. Got a shitty little wooden spoon just to make sure that I got as little in the moustache as humanly possible. You know what I mean? How's it going, Mavis Moonlight? How you doing, you cheeky little devil? Nibberin, you cheeky devil, didn't want to save some for later. Not yogurt. No, Nibberin. I mean, I struggle with the fact that I get tea in it. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Alec Wallace. Hello, you cheeky devil. Breakfast yogurt or man yogurt. Either are bad when it's dry in your stash. Exactly. Either way, Alec Wallace is not a great one. Do you know what I mean? You had a massive gig last night on a Wednesday night, Zooey Booey. On a Wednesday night in my hometown, a massive gig. What is this? What is this sorcery? They're going to treat it conservatively with meds for starters. Okay. But it could progress to a tear, so it has to be monitored, understandably. How you doing, Rowan Rose? Hope you're feeling better, you beautiful bean. Sparky Crows, welcome on in. How you doing? How we doing? Yeah, I've had a bit of a morning today. I'm still in a good mood. Still in a good place. My brain hurts. I've got a bit of a headache going on that I have already taken pills for, and it doesn't seem to be making too much of a difference. But overall, doing all right. Overall, doing okay. You know, how are you doing? How's it going? I believe in the house in 5 minutes. Probably rain then. Probably. It does look looming when I'm looking out the window right now. It does look very looming in the old thing. I've realized that I need some lights across here. I put lots of festive decorations along, as you can see, little things here and there and what have you, but kind of need some lights to illuminate this entire area, I think. Haven't decided how I'm going to do that, but I do need to get some more lights for the Vanemus tree. There it is. lingering away in the background. Yeah. Druid Esmodian, how you doing? Good morning to you as well. Today I'm following my dreams by having all of the naps. Oh, I mean, that's one way to follow your dreams. That is certainly one way to follow your dreams, Ronos. Hello, Gecko the Dev. How you doing? The fancy burglar in a French 80s cartoon. Just wanted to say goodbye to the stash while it's still there. I know. Can I get a shout out for Gecko the Dev, please? It is here. I debated having a shave this morning because I don't know whether you can even see. I'm trying to drink more water as I'm getting too much sugar. Look, I've got all of the stubble. The stubble is coming back through. The stubble is coming through. And normally, first of all, people go check out Gecko the Dev. Gecko the Dev, the developer of Organizer and Monster Brothel and Tricks for Treats. Wonderful games that I have played all of. They're all a little bit saucy, a little bit naughty. Apart from Organizer is Twitch compatible, so you can play that on Twitch, which is all fun and games, you know. But they are a wonderful person. You should go click that cheeky little follow button. They sometimes do game development on stream. So if you're a game developer yourself or you're interested in getting into it, then head over, see what's going on in Gecko's world, you know. Yeah, I know. What was I even saying? Don't even know. It's one of those days today. My brain is not connecting. Shame you couldn't play Sherlock Holmes while you got the stash. What, just do a full playthrough of a Sherlock Holmes game as Dr. Watson? Holmes! My God, Holmes! I never could have suspected it. I have to say, I got put off playing Sherlock Holmes games because a wonderful member of an ex-member of the community bought me one of the Sherlock Holmes games, which I was very, very thankful for. I was genuinely very, very thankful for. They were here right at the beginning of me ever streaming back fucking 7 years ago. And they were a very, very nice human being. And you know what? I still think they're a very nice human being. But they bought me that game, and I was like, thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. I'm in the process of playing the other games at the moment, as I was in the process of playing those games. And then they sent me an email basically saying that they were really upset that I hadn't played the game when they bought me it, which is not the way that I do things, as you all should know well. Somebody buys me a game, that's very, very, very kind of you, but that does not mean that I am obligated to play it by any stretch of the imagination. And then they ended up leaving the community because of it. So I was like, I think there was a couple of other things going on that they decided to leave the community as well, but it was just like, I can't help that. Can't really help that. Can't really do anything about that, you know. But yeah, as a result, it's kind of left a little bit of a sore spot with me and Sherlock Holmes games, because they were a really nice person, and I'm gutted to see that they to be in that position where they felt that they needed to leave because I wasn't doing what they wanted me to do. So yeah, it was one of those situations, you know. One of those situations. Monday night was the gig. There was a gig on Monday night, and you're getting to cleaning it up now. And you what? Oh wow, that's quite the weird day for a gig, to be honest with you. It's your birthday today, Sparky Crows. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sparky Crows. Happy birthday to you. Good lord. Ah, good lord. Now I'm lightheaded. Thank you very much for the shout out for the gecko, the dev Nibbering. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. How's it going, Eris Ptolemy? Hello, you beautiful individual. How are you doing? An all-round silly person. You are an all-round silly person. In the best way, Gecko. In the best way, you know? Sugar Mama, hello, you beautiful individual. Gonna hop on stream in about 20 minutes? Yeah, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. Sherry Gun, hello. Look at the mustache. I hate it. I hate everything about it, Sherry. I hate everything about it. Can I get a shout for Sherry Kitten as well, please? I hate everything about it. It annoys me. It annoys me. I got it. Just so fucking... It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I have some ISP issues, which is irking me up the walls. So just checking how stable things are. Oh, God. That sounds like a nightmare. I don't even understand that because my brain doesn't work in technological dynamics. But, good Lord. Gonna get snuggly and play more South of Midnight? Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing. No issues at all. I appreciate you choosing to lurk here. People go check out Sherry. How do you make an artichoke? You strangle it. This vexes me. This vexes me, Ronin. Ronin Kai. Ronin Kai. Using my own voice for dad jokes. Oh my God. Oh my God. You wound me. You wound me, friend. Where was I? There we go. I'm gonna sing some AFI for you. Sherry Kitten. AFI. I never liked AFI. Fucking never liked them. I was never really into most emo music. I found it very whiny. There was a couple of tracks where I was like, do you know what? That's pretty fucking cool. But most of it, I was like, oh, fucking hell, just get over yourself. But the new stuff, AFI's new angle, oh, it's good. It is good. It's like AFI discovered Bauhaus and the Cult. And I was like, all right. I will happily take this and everything it's worth. For sure. Van strikes me as a Captain Hastings. It's I can't wait to get rid of this fucking mustache. I cannot wait to get it. That's not how gifts work. It's not how gifts work. It's true. Marshall and Phantom, welcome on in. How you doing? That's so crazy, but it happens so often to people. So people think that they own us or can control us without consent. Agreed. Especially if they give money. Not that person was one of those people. He bought me like games as gifts, which was very, very kind of him, but I never asked it. But I did have a situation 4 years ago where somebody, it was one of the people that is often referred to in the streaming world as a whale, which is somebody who gives a lot of money, which is very, very kind of them. And again, never ever fucking take that for granted. I don't like the term whale. It has too much presumptiveness about it. But they gave an awful lot to this channel, which I am very, very grateful for. But as a result, they felt that they had certain privileges that other people were not expecting. Like, they felt they could bend some rules. And I'm like, nope, that's not the way it is. And they made some I had a guest on my channel. It was when we were doing one of the Thirsty Works. I won't say which one, but we were doing one of the Thirsty Works. And they made some really inappropriate comments about my guest. And I banned them. Straight up. I was like, no, you don't get to make comments like that about my guest. You don't get to make objectifying statements about my friends, the people that I invite onto my channel. That's not a fucking thing. Get out. Then they sent me a DM being like, I'm banned. And I was like, yes, you are. And then they used donations to get around TTS, get around the ban so they donate to me back when we had TTS on donations. So they donate to me and they're like, I'm banned. And I'm like, yes, you are. I sent you an email as to why you were banned. I gave you all the information. And then then they sent me a DM in Discord trying to defend themselves. And I explained the situation. I was like, this was a situation. You made some really inappropriate comments, very objectification comments, very misogynistic comments, and I wasn't okay with that. And then they said that they'd been talking with their partner and they think it was best if we just separate, and started acting like the entire situation was a breakup. And I was like, okay. They were like, I think that it's gone as far as it can go, and I think like I should probably move on to other things. And I was like, what are you talking about? You are, in the nicest way possible, you are a viewer. You are a very generous viewer, and I am very, very thankful for all that you have done for this channel. Absolutely, but that doesn't give you rights and privileges above everybody else. That doesn't fucking happen. That is not the way it works at all. But yeah, it was a really, really strange situation, because their conversation was very much, the conversational dynamic was very much, it's about time that we probably separated ways. Like, I've been talking about it with other people that are close to me, and I don't think that this dynamic, it feels very toxic. It feels very, very toxic. Like, I'm giving a lot and I'm not getting much in return, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What are you doing? What? How's it going, Peachy Big Slate? Can I get a shout for Peachy Big Slate, please? I gave you money. I can do what I want. Sprinkle with parasocial. Yes, yes, very much so. Very much that. Oh, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. This other person wasn't like that at all. It wasn't like a parasocial thing. It was, well, no, not really. I think it was just they expected more from me because they've been here for such a long time. People, look at this beautiful thing. Sheepy. God damn it. Peachy! I've mixed you up there. That's it. Forever hold my peace. Peachy, you were my #1 viewed person on Twitch for the entirety of 2025. 339 hours watched, 1,024 chats sent. I spent 2,500 channel points out of the 75,000 that I earned. You were my #1 channel that I watched throughout 2025. I'll do all of that stuff at the weekend in regards to sharing, being like, hey, look at all these wonderful people that I watched. Yes. You know. But yeah. I wish Twitch actually acknowledged the lurkers. Yeah, that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. I watched a really interesting Zach Bussey did a whole thing on words, Val. Words. Zach Bussey did a whole thing on what counts as lurkers. Let me see if I can find it, because I put it in my stream team thing. Is it on here? I did. There it is. If you're interested in what Twitch's official statement is on lurkers, they did an interview with regards to view counts and what counts or what doesn't count. The whole thing was about as clear as mud as you could expect, but it gave some perspective. It gave some perspective if you're interested in that kind of thing. That kind of thing. Where was I? This is the Christmas season. I'm indeed becoming quite round too. Huzzah! It's the season for indulgence, to be fair. It is the season for indulgence. And warm but also cold. The human body is interesting like that. It certainly is. If you feel... I found this a while ago. I say a while ago. When I was like fucking 13, I was in a swimming pool and I felt warm, but I was shivering. And I was like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. And apparently, as one of the swimming instructors was telling me, biologically, that is when the body is at perfect lukewarm temperature. And what that means is the body feels just as warm as it is cold. Is the right middle point. So your body feels warm, but it also feels cold at exactly the same time. So if you're ever like, oh my god, I'm so cold, but at the same time I feel quite warm, it's because you are literally in that point where your body is like, this is exactly lukewarm. Exactly lukewarm, according to a swimming instructor who was apparently studying biology. There you go. There you go. Don't encourage the bloody dad jokes. You know better than this, friends. You know better than this. I can't believe he has a new look like that. Apparently, you do too. I'm doing it for a different reason, Sherry. I have this preposterous and ridiculous mustache so that I can be part of a Christmas parade. They're paying me money to go stand on a bus and harass members of the public, which is great. And tonight is the last night. I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, And tonight is the last night. And I'm looking forward to it. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it, but I am looking forward to it being over because I am sleepy. The fatigue of doing a 4-hour stream and then going straight to do 4 hours is like 12 till 4 streaming, and then have an hour to get myself sorted, get in the car and get to the location where we're all meeting up, and then I'm there from like 4:45. Bear, you cheeky devil!
It's the man, the myth, the mustachioed legend in his own pants. Happy 52 months subiversary, my dear friend.
Good
Happy
Lord.
Thursday, darling.
Happy Thursday! Is that because you're feeling very Thor? And then, 5 till 9 p.m. is when we're doing, getting everything ready for the parade. Get out, do the parade, get back, do all the bits and pieces. And I am fine. I'm very, very good. I'm in a good mood. I'm a happy-go-lucky scamp, but I am feeling that sort of prolonged fatigue. I don't want to say burnout. People use the word burnout far too casually, in my personal opinion, because I have seen it when somebody's in burnout, and it is fucking horrible. But I certainly am feeling that fatigue. You know what I mean? Bear, you cheeky little devil, you! You cheeky devil. I shall now inscribe your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror. Good God, do I look rough? But go down, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? You know, you cheeky devil. Oh, lordy, lordy. Yeah, I would say the what is his Davey? Is it Davey Wild or something like that? Who's the lead singer of AFI? His new look is so different, so unbelievably different. It's quite. I didn't even believe it was him when I first saw him. Do you know what I mean? The whale privilege is a real problem, also a common occurrence in video games, especially online video games and morpagas. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. This is one of the reasons why I genuinely love this community, because there are certain members of this community that are very generous and very, very kind, especially to other members of the community and what have you. But they never, they don't expect anything in return. They just want to do it out of the kindness of their own heart, and I really, really, really appreciate that. I have so much gratitude for the attitude more than anything else. Just being like, yeah, I know that certain people can't afford to do this, so I'll do it for them, you know? And I am genuinely fucking humbled by that, because it's such a good attitude towards this kind of space and this kind of industry and stuff like that. Absolutely. Get so many people like that. It's the parasocial thing. It's very odd to experience firsthand. They really think they're dating you or something. To be fair, I will say that one wasn't the most parasocial I've had in this community. I've certainly had other people who have been far more parasocial than that. I've had more than my fair share of parasocial dynamics, it has to be said. Which, to be fair, I'd rather they happen to me than other people that can't handle it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I can handle it. I know where I stand. I know what's going on. But, and I also, possibly quite foolishly, but I also try and educate the parasocial people. Like, when they're being parasocial, I'm like, do you see how this is a problem? Can you see where this, how this is an issue and where you've overstepped? And try and, talk them through that so that they can start to see. Instead of, because the thing is that if I just block them and just fucking cut them out of my life, which is the correct thing to do, they're just going to go on to somebody else. They're going to fixate on somebody else. So I always try, don't often succeed, but I always try and be like, hey, this is a problem. This is the reason why you are being banned from my community. This is the reason why you need to take steps to not be like this in the future, you know? I love having Valent Vane on, but I don't see it as a full-fledged relationship. Exactly. However, it also speaks volumes that when somebody has lopsided idea of what is going on between two people. But I also get it. Like, I understand where it stems from. It's because, realistically speaking, like, all of you beautiful individuals, you all get to see me. You get to see my face. You get to see the tones of my voice. You get to hear the different nuances and what have you. You get to see so many parts of my life because I'm very open and honest about so much of it. I can see how somebody would think that we were much closer than we actually are, do you know? I can see where it stems from. It's like, oh, yeah, well, you know, Valen's talking to me about this thing, doing this stuff, especially if it leads to a point where I'm sending them a DM or something. You know, it's like, oh, okay, no, like, you've opened DMs to me. That's the next step in sort of friendship, you know? Your charismatic, caring demeanor definitely lends itself towards attachment. And I understand that. And I understand that, absolutely. Which is why I try and take that extra care in educating as well, being like, okay, look, I think what you think is going on here isn't actually going on here. And I'm happy to talk you through why that is. I'm happy to talk you through what the problem is and what have you. I'm happy to give you a warning by like, hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable. Could you ease it off a little bit? Because I think you think this is something that it actually isn't. I'm happy to try and do that so that people can learn and realize that the parasocial dynamic may have crept up on them out of nowhere, you know. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes that no matter what I say, no matter what anybody says, it will not stop that obsessive behavior, you know. And I'm actually quite lucky because I am a cisgendered man. It is far more terrifying for other people that are not cisgender men. You know, it's far more terrifying for them because of all of the different dynamics of societal threat, never mind anything else, you know. All jokes, how dare you not do as I wanted. I paid the subscriber, donate, etc. The audacity, yeah, basically. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing for sure. Now, Keith, exactly. Boosie thought it was Busey. I cannot remember. Is that Busey? It could be. It could well be. He's said it a few times and I've completely forgotten every single time. But he's a very, very good individual. I've spoken to him quite a few times and he's a really nice bloke and very much gets the right level of journalism for content creation, in my opinion, you know? Things that Twitch count as lurkers. Doing stuff that categorically isn't lurking. Yes. Effectively, yes. Absolutely. Where it was like things like Twitch don't like to tell you stuff because then it gives people who make view bots all of the rules so they can make view bots that follow all those rules and shit. And I get that. I understand it. But Jesus Christ, is it frustrating when you're looking at your view account and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? So it's stuff like the TLDR. I mean, I would advise anybody go and watch that video that I linked. It's only like a 20-minute video, 15-20-minute video if you want to know about Twitch viewers and what Twitch count as viewers. But like, it's like if you are watching more than 2, I thought it was 3, but apparently it's like more than 2 streams at the same time, then it doesn't count you as a viewer in any of them. If you are watching through a third party like multi-stream, or there's a few other like things that you can transpose over to other sites, then it doesn't count those as viewers. Doesn't count bots as viewers. There's a whole load of stuff that goes into it. Or at least there's a whole load of stuff that they say goes into it. Whether it does or not is another question entirely. Countess Hannah, how you doing, you wonderful individual? I feel like you should have voiced Asterion and Baldur's Gate. Hello. Oh, come now. Don't mind me, I'm just having a little nibble. I'll take it. I'll take it. How you doing, you beautiful being? Welcome on in. You know, Wrathful Monk, hello, you beautiful individual. Got a bit of dirt on my lip. I know. It's because I rubbed my face in a handlebar-shaped puddle, and it gave me this whole dynamic. I'm looking forward to getting rid of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is irritating the fuck out of me. You've had the stash for days, leading up to the parade, or is it multiple days? Multiple days, Sherry. Multiple days, yeah. I had a beard, so the way that it tends to work, because I've done this for a couple of years now, the way that it tends to work is I stop shaving in November. So this year it was the 3rd of November. I stopped shaving at the beginning of November, and I let the beard grow throughout the entirety of November. And then by the time I get to December, by the time I get to the point where they're doing the parade, usually in the first week of December, it is just the right length that I can shave in this stupid thing. Not long enough that I can curl it myself, but I can shave it in at that angle and give it its due course. And then I have it for the 4 days that we do the parade, and I shave it off as quickly as I humanly possibly can because it irritates the fuck out of me. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing for sure. Super Maid, time to enjoy some Valen. How you doing, Wild Annie? How did you find Puzzle Parasite today? I enjoyed it so much when me and Chunk were playing it last night that I was tempted to play some more today. I've heard that Chunk's just got home now and he's probably making some soup or a smoothie or something. I can hear the whirring of the food processor. But I fucking loved it. I thought it was really, really good. Really good. Very much scratched that Portal itch. Valen, teaching someone the underlying thoughts and feelings of a parasocial relationship. Peachy, piss off, freak. This ain't daycare. Yeah. Which is, to be honest with you, Peachy, an adequate response. An adequate response. That is an entirely fair response because it is not like a person's right. And do you know what? I'm not going to turn around and say it's just streamers because it definitely isn't. It is not an individual's response to explain to a parasocial person why their behavior is unbecoming at the very least and outright dangerous at the absolute worst. It is not our responsibility at all to give any of that information. All we really need to do is block and move on with our fucking lives. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure that the person who keeps fucking disliking every single one of my YouTube videos within an hour of them going up is probably pretty parasocial. But I also am like, whoever they are, I must have had a conversation with them. Because every single time somebody does get parasocial, I have a conversation with them. I'm like, hey, this isn't okay. Here's my boundaries. Here's my rules. Here's my regulations. You are not exempt to them by any stretch of the imagination. Stop behaving like you are. This is your one and only chance. Okay, you're banned. You know? But it is not our responsibility to educate parasocial people on how they're being parasocial. I absolutely do that as an extra thing. I absolutely do that as an extra thing. That is an extra thing that I choose to do out of the goodness of my fucking heart. Does it always work? No. Does it work more often than not? No. I would say maybe of all of the 7 years that I have been streaming and all of the parasocial dynamics that I have experienced, I would say maybe twice a person has been like, oh, I didn't realize. Oh, I apologize. I'll ease off. No, entirely fair. I get that. And normally at that point they get a little bit embarrassed and they leave of their own accord or what have you, which I get. I understand. But yeah, I would say of all of the parasocial dynamics that I have experienced, that is it's only been once or twice that somebody's actually like taken that on board and tried to progress as a decent human being, you know? Out of the way. Damn it, chair. I tell you what, it is a good thing to be able to itch my actual nose because I've got no makeup on at the moment, and you can see where all of the makeup you see around my nose. I've got particularly sensitive skin around my nose here, where it's all red, where it's all look at it, so red. Can't really see it because of the mustache, but it's all red and horrible. Like that's just because I've been wearing so much makeup for so long, so much hairspray, lots of hairspray across the face, because if it rains I want my makeup to stay as long as possible, you know, all of that jazz, and it is not good for the skin. Not good for the skin at all, but it's worth it. It's worth it for a week, for sure. For sure. You had another stalker. No, Annie. I was talking about a previous situation where somebody was basically saying that I should have played a Sherlock Holmes game while having the mustache, putting the bowler hat on and basically doing a bit of a cosplay as Dr. Watson while playing a Sherlock Holmes game. And I was saying that many moons ago, we had a community member who bought me a Sherlock Holmes. Very nice person, genuinely, not a parasocial dynamic, just a very nice person. But they effectively ended up leaving the community because I wouldn't play the game that they bought me. And I was like I'm not here to pander to individual whims. Do you know what I mean? That's not what I'm about. They viewed it as they were putting more into the friendship than I was, and I was like, you are. That's true. You are doing that. I'm not going to try and deny it, because at the end of the day, as much as I very much appreciate this community, I'm still here entertaining. Do you know what I mean? Still here being a streamer with my wonderful community. You're all glorious. I call you all friends, and I view you all as friends, but there's a difference between like a friendship and a close friendship, you know? Impression was perfect. Chef's kiss. You are very welcome. Very welcome, Countess Hannah. Puzzle Parasite was really good. It was so good. So fucking good. Yeah, absolutely. I really scratched that portal itch. I was so happy with it. I was not expecting it to be that good either. I really, really wasn't. I know many people with the odd last name, and my brain is like, hey, you! With odd last names? How do you mean, Eris? How do you mean? Soup. I don't get to make anything little body warming until Saturday. I'm going to make some chicken and dumplings for the first time. Ooh, that sounds tantalizing. Sounds very, very interesting. I don't know what that's going to entail, because being a vegetarian for my entire life, I've never really experienced such a thing. But it does sound very, very interesting. Kind of stubborn though. I keep going until we get a solution to the puzzle. That one I was stuck on, I was really overthinking it. It was way easier. Do you know what? That specific puzzle, Wild Annie, me and Chunk also got stuck on. Me and Chunk also got stuck on that exact puzzle. And the hint that I was going to give you, like literally when I said, I was like, if you get super frustrated, because I basically heard that, I think was it Vip that was on with you. I'm not sure. I tried to recognize the name, but I wasn't sure whether it was Vip. Yeah, Vip. When they were like going really silent, you were like, don't look it up. And I was like, there's not really going to be any walkthroughs because it only came out yesterday. But if you needed a hint, I would have been super loose with the hint. I literally, my hint was the easiest way to do this is to have four purple orbs. That's all I would have given you. And then let you work it all out from the rest of it. And you worked out in a different way in the end anyway. But, like, yeah, that's what I would have given you. I wouldn't have said anything else. Because I understand what it's like when someone just gives the fucking, the clue away. And you're like, well, now that's taken all my fun out of it. Because I wanted to work it out myself. But as soon as you were like, no hints, I was like, yep, no worries. No issues at all. I fully understand that dynamic as well. And I was like, no, I will work it out. And it was like, yeah, fair. Absolutely. 100% fair, because I am the same. I am exactly the same. I'm like, nope. I want to do it myself. I get real stubborn about it. I don't give a shit. Nope, nope, nope. Not a fucking chance. Thank you so much to all you beautiful people that are using your channel points to say that you are lurking. I will, of course, not call you out, but I really appreciate you interacting with the stream and being part of it towards those elusive view accounts and what have you. Yeah, now. They're down like oh, they're not like the right way. Yeah. It was a really weird dynamic. So that specific viewer had been a viewer since like I started streaming. So they were a long time viewer. And I think part of it, and this is me absolutely speculating, but I think part of it came down to the fact that they struggled with how big the community grew. Like, this community is so much bigger than when I first started. and therefore I can't give that one-on-one attention like you do when you first start streaming and you're getting like 10 to 15 viewers, like anywhere between 0 and 15 viewers. You can kind of give people that one-to-one attention. You know, you're having like one-on-one conversations and bits and pieces. When you've got like 20 or 30 people in your chat and they're all chatting at the same time, it becomes more of a general conversation around the entire like topics of conversation or what have you. And then as that goes higher and higher and higher, it stays harder and harder to keep on top of the conversation as it's going on, you know, especially if you're playing a game alongside it, you know. So I think that person really struggled with having experienced me as a streamer in a one-on-one dynamic or a more like closer knit dynamic, and then as we grew, as the community grew, obviously the dynamic changes, as it has to change if you want to keep growing, and that became harder and harder for them. And then when they were like, you should, I've bought you this game, which I was again very, very grateful for, because it looks like the kind of game that I would thoroughly enjoy, and they were like, you should play it. And I was like, well, I can't play it at the moment because we've already got 2 other games on at the go. And they were like, oh, I'd really like to see you play it. And I'm like, I appreciate that, and I am very, very thankful for you buying me the game, but I can't stop the games halfway through when so many other people are watching, like, thoroughly enjoying them, you know. And they were like, yeah, I think I'm putting more into this friendship than you are, and I really don't like that anymore. And I was like, I can't disagree with you. I think you are. You know, it's a different dynamic now. I'm a different style of streamer. I work in very, very different ways. I do my best. I do my absolute best to give everyone the attention they need, and Peachy Pixel 8 is particularly demanding of attention. But but at the end of the day, there's part of the dynamic of growth on live streams, you know? Part of that dynamic, unless you're one of these people that literally hit live stream fame overnight and you've never known anything other than the chat going a million miles an hour, it's hard to understand that gradual evolution of streamer, you know. Yeah, I know. You are a submariner. You have no shame. I can understand that. I understand that you've got no shame, but it's got nothing to do with the fact that you were a submariner. You just have no shame. I get it. I understand. I understand. Val and the Red Nose streamer, yeah, very much so at the moment. Very much so at the moment. It'll be a read. Give me a few days. No way, I'll be wearing a lot of makeup on Saturday as well. Give me a couple of days to recover, and my face will be back to the way it was. Back to the way it was. Hazard a guess that there's a predisposition in the way that streamers' communities are built towards a need for belonging that can stray along the line. Yeah, I can see how, like, me and my community, this community in particular, could draw in people. I'm not going to say parasocial people. I'm going to say people who are more inclined towards a parasocial disposition, because I don't think anyone is just born parasocial. I think that certain things can make you think in parasocial ways, you know? And I can see, given how supportive, how accepting, how safe that we try and make this space. Not just myself, but all of you as well. You're also really super supportive. You're also really inclusive and what have you. I can see how people who would have that sort of predisposition towards parasocial tendencies would be drawn towards a community like this. Because everyone just wants to belong. At the end of the day, every single human being in the entire world just wants to belong somewhere, you know? Which is one of the reasons why we have such a massive issue with incel behavior and toxic masculine behavior. Because when somebody feels so alienated by fucking everybody and some toxic man turns around and goes, actually, you're fucking amazing, they're going to go towards the person that tells them they're fucking amazing. Do you know what I mean? They're going to do that. So I can see how there could be a disposition there. Yeah, I can see how our welcoming, open-minded, accepting, tolerant nature in this community could draw in people with certain behavioral dispositions, as it were, you know? I always shame people. I always shame when people spoil what should be in a lovely game to play if you are all ready to play it, but I totally get... Oh, I cannot fucking stand... Do you know what? Actually, I mentioned Peachy Pixelate earlier. Peachy Pixelate is a perfect example of the opposite style of gamer than me. All right? I like to bumblefuck my way through things and work everything out myself. I really, really like it. Occasionally, my patience runs out and I'm like, chat, help me out. Do you know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, I like to bumblefuck my way through. I really like to find out everything myself, and the community can enjoy me struggling, or they can fuck off. Like that's the way it works, you know. And I know that Wild Annie is very much similar in that regard. We're very similar in that we want to do things ourselves and nothing else. No hints, no tips, no spoilers. There might be a point where we get too frustrated and we ask for help, but it's rare. It's rare, you know? Peachy Pixelate, absolute opposite. He loves backseat gaming. He doesn't like people like telling him exactly how to do every single fucking puzzle, but like a little hint here, a little way of doing things here. He's in it for the joint community experience, whereas I'm in it for you watching me and being entertained by my struggling. All right, that's absolutely what it's about. Absolutely what it's about. And neither of those ways is wrong. All right, neither of those ways is wrong. It's just a different dynamic. It's a different way of doing things, you know? And Petrogor Love, welcome on in. How you doing? Long time no tap, long time no tap, but also too much mustache, all right? Too much mustache. Petrogor Love, come here, cheeky devil. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual, you? Good Lord, welcome on in. How you doing? How's it going? Hope that whatever it is that's kept you away has been glorious and fruitful and put a nice little smile on your face, you know? Whoa, Valen, friends, it's so soon. I mean, wow. I thought we were just colleagues. Oh, God. Yes. You know? It works. It works. I am very, very friendly with fucking everybody. I consider everybody here a friend. You know what I mean? If you met me in a fucking club or what have you, I'd absolutely have a right laugh with you all. A load of you come to my events. Do you know what I mean? An absolute fucking load of you come to my events. You turn up and you have a good time. We're all shits and giggles. We have a wonderful time together. And I've got no qualms with that by interest imagination. But there's a difference between like friends in this dynamic and friends that I actively hang out with, you know? How's it going, Wanderer Gribble? Hello, you beautiful individual. Need a hot drink? Go get a hot drink, Lunacorn. Go get a hot drink. Had a long-time viewer buy me a copy of their favorite game ever. I did play it on the stream and I didn't like it. Wasn't for me, you know. Never saw them again. Wow. That's a real shame. That's a real shame. Because do you know what? That reminds me of when I played Talos Principle. We had just played... I think we played Soma like a couple of months before that. And who the fuck was I speaking to? I can't remember. I was speaking to another streamer and I was saying about how Soma has such existential dread in it. Such an interesting perspective, and what a wild dynamic. It was really, really interesting from a perspective point of view. But they recommended that I play Talos Principle, and I was like, oh right, okay. And they were like, Soma's one thing, but Talos Principle is next level. And I was like, ooh, that sounds fucking amazing. I really enjoyed the dynamics of Soma. I'd be really interested to see what's going on with the Talos Principle. Ooh, interesting. Yes. I fucking hated Talos Principle. Absolutely fucking hated it. Loads and loads and loads of people in this community love the Talos Principle. Fucking hate it. Waste of my time. in my personal perspective, you know. And I know that pissed people off quite a bit. Pissed some people off quite a bit. If you still feel interact on a quote-unquote one-on-one basis because you still take the time, or you feel that I still interact on a one-on-one basis because I still take the time to read and respond to each and every message, even if it means being behind on current messages for an hour or so. I do my best, debauchery. I definitely do my best, but I will also accept the fact that there's definitely points where I'm like, right, I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna whip down everybody so that if I've missed something, repeat it because I'm so far behind, you know. Sometimes it's just impossible. And then on top of that, you get stuff like the parties that we do, and I just can't keep on top of that because there's too much shit going on. And I've definitely had it before. Where we've done like a party and somebody's got angry, like full on angry, that I am not giving them the attention that they used to because I'm too busy getting drunk and doing loads of fucking dares. And I'm like, yeah, the parties are more for you to watch and join in the chaos with the rest of the community than have a conversation with me, you know? Which is in no way a negative thing. No, not all, Razor. I completely agree. Completely agree, you know? Bumblefucking the way through things is part of the fun to watch. I agree. Oh, Wild Annie, some of the, like, when you were working out that puzzle today, literally today, and I was sitting on my fucking hands and I was like, oh, no, you're so close and you're so close. There's just think about it from a different perspective. Come on, you can do it. Oh, no, you're taking a few steps back. You're going the absolute opposite direction. This is nothing to do with the green ball. I don't know. What are you doing? What is going on? Oh, no, we're back at... Yeah, that is absolutely the entertainment factor of it. Abso-freaking-lutely. For sure. That needs to be an achievement. Getting message withheld in Val's chat. Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. It's every so often, Wild Annie. I don't know whether you find it yourself, but like my auto mod settings are so relaxed. They're so unbelievably relaxed and chill. But every so often, Twitch's auto mod goes, oh, you're saying a naughty word there. Even though I've literally said the word bumblefucking, and then you say the same word that I have said. And it's like, no, that could be offensive. And it's like, this is exactly the same word that I have literally just said. Exactly the same word that I have literally just said. What the actual fuck? Very, very different times of games. Yeah, the Talos Principle. I think the thing I struggled with is the fact that you had the intricate storyline and then you had the puzzles and they were parallel. And do you know what? The other person who really, really struggled in exactly the same way I did with the Talos Principle was Dapper Dame. And Dapper Dame got bored of the puzzles because the puzzles were there for the sake of solving puzzles. There was no sense of achievement with them. It was like, okay, I've received a Tetris block. All right. Okay. That's there we go. It's done. The story in Talos Principle is kind of incidental. It's parallel is what I think would I'd describe it. You've got the puzzles and then you got the storyline, and you only need to indulge in the storyline if you choose to step away from the puzzles, read the story, and then come back again. And it's like, if it was more integrated, like at the end of certain puzzles you get more lore, I think I would have enjoyed it more. I genuinely think I would have enjoyed it a hell of a lot more if at the end of every single puzzle or every single level of puzzles there was like, okay, here's your lore dump. But it wasn't. It was like you only needed to indulge in the puzzles. You only needed to indulge in the lore if you wanted to. And I struggled with the info dump versus the puzzles, you know? I struggled with that. Okay, the ads are over. I can go back up. Never too much mustache. It looks amazing. It does not look amazing. It looks there. It's a choice to have this mustache. It has to be said. It's a choice, but it is not my my go-to. It has to be said, you know. Miss you too. I've been 2 new dogs in training. Felt very weird as I'm still missing my boy. Even getting back into streaming, everything is fabulous. I'm very, very glad to hear that you are getting back into streaming and that everything is fabulous, but understandably that you're missing your boy. Understandably. Grief is an interesting process, and it is different for everybody, you know? It's something I often come up with against is people mistaking kindness for weakness, yes, and or vulnerability, which it just isn't. Being kind is so much more difficult, and it takes much more strength than being cruel. It is very frustrating to have to frequently deal with people thinking they can get away with shit just because you're a kind person. I agree with you about 98%. The issue that I find is that not that kind people are weak by any stretch of the imagination. I completely agree with you on that. But it is easier to take advantage of a kind person. And I say that as a kind person. Or as I like to think of myself as a kind person. And I am a zero tolerance bullshit kind of kind person. It is easier to take advantage of a kind person because a kind person wants to think the best of you. They want to believe that you are a good person and that there has just been a mistake, or you have made a mistake and like you're gonna make more of it going forward, or you have the ability to change even when you don't want to change. So as much as I completely agree with you that kindness is not a weakness, it is easier to exploit somebody who is kind. You know, and I'm hate to see it. I absolutely fucking hate to see it. But that's one of the reasons why a lot of people come to me and ask my advice on stuff, because I'm like, yeah, you're being taken advantage of here. This person's a fucking dick. This person's a fucking dick. But I have also got the opinion, very much got the opinion, and it's an opinion that I encourage all of you to have, which is the philosophy of you cannot help somebody who refuses to help themselves. You cannot help somebody who will not help themselves. So don't try. Don't try. Be like, I'm here for you. I will happily listen to your woes, but don't ask me to start caring until the point where you are ready to start helping yourself. Because, I mean, many of you who have been around for a long period of time will have literally seen me do it. Where I'm like, yeah, are you wanting to try and move forward? Or are you just happy sitting in your little pissy moany pit of despair? Because everything that people are suggesting, you have some reason, some excuse why you can't do that thing. It happened about 3 years ago in our Discord, because we have a vent and rant space where people can just get shit off their chest. And sometimes we ask people to be very clear and open about, like, okay, do you want advice? Do you just want to get it off your chest? Make sure you spoiler it so we don't get any accidental triggers or anything like that, you know, and put content warnings so that people know what they're about to read. And 99% of the time, that's fucking great. But sometimes somebody comes in and they're like, I want advice. And we're like, cool. This is the situation. And people in this community, not even me, people in this community are like, have you tried this?
Yeah, you subscribe.
Rowan Rose, you beautiful bean. Coming in for the 52 months. Good Lord. Yeah, it's like, have you tried this? And they're like, oh yeah, I've tried that. Or I can't try that because X, Y, or Z. Oh, I can't try this because X, Y, or Z. I can't try that because X, Y, or Z. And I'm like, right. Either you have a choice now. Either you start trying these things, regardless of why you think you can't, just to see if they work. Or you shut the fuck up. Because you have a reason why you can't try, all of these different things. And if that is the case, then you're not asking for advice. You're asking for pity. And none of us are going to pity you because you won't help yourself. End of story. End of story. Rowan Rose, you beautiful individual. I have now inscribed your name upon the mirror vein for the 52nd time. Good lord. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course, you get access to all those sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you'll roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough. But God damn, do I make rough look good. Ooh, herr, sexy. Ooh, yes, meow. You know? You know? Ooh. There we go. Just tilt that down there so it doesn't slip. Good lord, 52 months. Wrathful monk, come here, cheeky devil. Come here, you. What do you like claiming cheeky kisses, you cheeky individual? Does Bear have a bum Snapchat? No. No. Being a tier 4 sub doesn't make him a tier 4 subscriber. All right? Yeah, I know. Oh, you also get 10% off on the merch store if you're interested. It's a relatively new thing that I've rolled out, that all subscribers on the channel get 10% off the merch store, so that, you know, I don't know, just an extra little thing. I saw it was an option. I was like, oh, that's quite nice. I'll give it to the community. Let's go. Let's go, you know. Where was I? There we go. Steam kept trying to get me to buy it. I continually selected not interested. What's that, Iron Mark? What kept getting you to buy what, Iron Mark? What game are we talking about? Flipping ads? Yeah, I know. Well, they come around every hour, but I try and make sure that people I'm not responding to folks in the ad if they are stuck in ads, you know. I was convinced the green ball needed to explode and take the other with it. Yeah. But I think that's a complete accident when that happens. But either way. Either way. I usually get held when I talk about masturbation. Entirely fair. Which you would think, again, in this community, that should be perfectly fine. Twitch should know. Twitch should know that's a thing, you know? Read the Autobot thing. Yeah, it's so ridiculous. It's like, come on. Come on. If I set everything to the lowest standards, then stick to the lowest standards, you know? Excuse me. You think you've been caught out? Yeah, Bix, you've definitely been caught out by the auto mode several times. I think most people in this community have been caught out by the auto mod several times just because of how vigorous the auto mod has a tendency to be. You know? Portal did that as well. Portal, no, you see, I think Portal's storyline was very much interwoven into it, because as you went through it, you had all these puzzles and what have you, but every so often you just get the cynical jibes and jabs by the main computer. What was it, Gladys? I dislike puzzles that are not logical. There has to be a logical way to reason out how the puzzle works, or it's not a proper puzzle. I agree, but I do think that there are certain puzzles out there that are logical, but it takes a while to see it from that perspective. GLaDOS, not Gladys. There we go. GLaDOS. Thank you very much. Like some of the ones in... Oh, my lordy, ladies and gentlemen, all genders outside machine, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, could you even imagine who did they think they are? The absolute audacity, the scandal, the preposterousness. It's Kiara Strings. Hello, you beautiful individual. How are you doing? How's it going, you cheeky little devil? What were you chatting about today? What were you chatting about today? I'm assuming you did just chatting. You could have been playing a game for all I know. But every single time I've seen you stream, you've been doing just chatting. So I assume you're just chatting. Welcome on in, you cheeky little devils. Friends, if you're new here, two things you need to know about this channel. One, you're not allowed to apologize. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. Two, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. Look at this glorious individual. Look at them. People go check out Kiara. Kiara's a wonderful human being. If you enjoy deep and intricate conversations, first thing in the morning for you Americans, then you'll enjoy Kiara Strings. I've had a lot of very interesting conversations over there. I've had a lot of very, very interesting conversations over there. But yeah, 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave, for I am a colossal filth wizard. And I am not one to corrupt the ears of the young. Not about that. Not about that. Not about that. But welcome on in, all you beautiful raiders. Chatting about Supernatural a lot. When you say Supernatural, do you mean cryptids and ghost hunting and stuff like that, or do you mean the TV series Supernatural? Gotta change that profile picture? Go do it. Go do it. It's a good profile picture, don't get me wrong, but if you want to change it up a little bit, I know what it's like. The show Supernatural, I watched the first, I want to say 4 seasons, and then my interest waned. As it tends to do. I feel like any show that lasts longer than 3 seasons, I get bored of. Especially if they're like 24 episode seasons. I'm like, I just don't give a shit. I don't have enough invested interest. And which is kind of the reason why I don't watch any TV shows anymore. I just don't watch any TV shows. I'm like, all right. First 5 seasons are all you need. Fair. Supernatural's the one with Brothers Buffy. It definitely has brothers in it. I don't remember them being in Buffy. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but with brothers. Yes, but aimed at a more mature audience, I would say. More like the X-Files. Yeah, I'd say it's probably a little bit more like the X-Files, but less cheesy. Probably a little bit more cheesy than the X-Files. But yeah, it's kind of like the again, very much that supernatural investigative dynamic. I quite liked the way that it was kind of all a bit shop worn, as it were. They were always flying by the seat of their pants and always doing criminal shit because nobody believed them, because why the fuck would they? It's all supernatural stuff and no one believes in the supernatural. I quite like that. Quite like that dynamic of it, you know? But yeah, I enjoyed like the first 3 or 4 seasons, and then I was like, okay, I'm done now. This is no longer scratching that little dopamine itch for me. No longer scratching that dopamine itch for me, you know. But I'm glad you had a good time in your stream. If you need to disappear off, grab a snaffly treat, grab some kind of delightful beverage, please go do so. Please look after yourself. That goes to your wonderful community as well. I appreciate you all being here, but your lives must come first, you know. Let me scroll up a wee bit. How's it going, Lady Amalthea? Can I get a shout for Lady Amalthea, please? I would really, really appreciate that. The story in Talos is kind of incidental. Yeah. Portal mesh storyline with puzzle solving. Yes, Razar. Yeah, I think I misunderstood what you were thinking, but yes. Portal did a very, very good job of meshing storyline with puzzle solving. And I would be intrigued to know, because yesterday we played a game called Puzzle Parasite, and I'm really intrigued to play the first of all, people go check out Lady Amalthea. If you enjoy very wholesome, very supportive, very inclusive and encouraging and accepting communities that really focus on tenderness, kindness, and mental health, then and unicorns. And when I say unicorns, I mean the mythical creature unicorns, not the 3-way unicorns. Then go and check out Lady Amalthea. All right. I mean, Lady Amalthea might also be into unicorns in that way as well, but I don't like to like put words in your mouth. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to do that. So I cry a lot. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know. But yeah, go check out Lady Amalthea. And also, yeah, like I said, Kiara Strings. Kiara Strings is a wonderful human being. Really, really intricate and deep and interesting conversations about all manner of things, from political debate to philosophical dynamics to things like the TV series that they're very enthusiastic about. Wonderful human being. Wonderful human being. Let me scroll up a wee bit. Where was I? Thank you so much for all these beautiful lurkers. I really appreciate you using your channel points to say, hey, Twitch, I'm a viewer, but I won't call you out because you're lurking. I'm back deciding on cereal for now. I have Talos yet to give it a whirl. I struggled with the Forgotten Sea. Don't know if you ever played it. I haven't. I think it's on my wish list. I think I've had it on my wish list for a really long time, but I don't think I've ever played it. But Talos Principle, I really struggled with. There's a game called The Witness that everyone said I would really, 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 really enjoy because it's shitloads of very intricate puzzles. And I enjoyed it for about 10 minutes. And then I realized that there was no purpose in the puzzles at all. There was no storyline to push me forward. It was like, okay, you've done this puzzle. Next puzzle. There was no sense of achievement at the end of any of the puzzles. So I was like, okay, I'm bored now. And I didn't even last like 15 minutes. I was just like, okay, I'm bored now. In The Witness, oh, there is a story. Not that I saw. There was not enough story. I think I played it for like an hour. And there was... I got so fucking bored. So bored of The Witness. I was just like, I'm bored. I have no interest in this anymore. I'm done. Which was gutting to a lot of people because people said it was absolutely amazing. And the puzzles I enjoyed, but I just felt not a single bit of achievement at the end of any of the puzzles. I was like, okay, I'm bored now. Kind of thing, yeah. Kind people get taken advantage of, and learning to set yourself boundaries as a kind person is something you need to do. Yes, I agree. And more specifically, and this is the more important, what is more important than setting yourself boundaries is learning to turn around and tell people to fuck off who step over those boundaries. If you set a clear boundary and somebody walks all over it, you tell them to fuck off. At absolute best, give them one chance. At absolute best. Because the problem is that if you keep giving people permission to walk or making excuses for people walking all over your boundaries, then they're going to keep fucking doing it. I give people one chance. Usually give people one chance. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, no, you knew what you were doing. Fuck off. You do not deserve to be in my life. A lot of that comes with self-confidence, though. You know what I mean? HRT Locker, welcome on in. How you doing? The X-Files was my jam. It was peaking when I was in high school. I fucking loved X-Files. I came to X-Files when I was a little bit older. But I really, really enjoyed it. But I really enjoyed it for the first... I think I watched like 6 seasons of it. And I was getting bored of it by about season 5. And I was like, oh, okay. Flogging the dead horse here. Really stretching. And then they started getting really cheesy with it because they realized they were losing their viewership. And I was like, okay, I'm done. There was like 9 or 10 seasons of X-Files. I was like, oh, fucking hell. You know what I mean? It's like you can only rehash the same shit so many times, you know? Does Bear have a bum Snapchat though? Oh, you were asking if Bear had a bum Snapchat. Oh, right, okay, as opposed to my bum Snapchat. I got you. I could get more merch. I have fabulous stickers welcoming fabulous beans to my home on the fridge. Super tempted. Oh, well, Petrichor Love. If you have the money spare, and when I say spare, I mean you've covered your bills, you've covered your rent, you've covered food for yourself, and you've covered a little something special for yourself each month, then I ask you to consider having a look at our merch store. You know what I mean? Little look at the merch store, you know? Paul did the story weaving excellently. Couldn't agree more. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really enjoyed Portal for sure. Van has exposed me to so many wonderful streamers. I try my best, Razotter. Do you know what? Sometimes I get it wrong. I remember very clearly that we once raided over to somebody who I was like, this person's a chaos gremlin. They're really out there. They're really like, we have a good laugh with them, but they are chaotic as shit. And then we raided into their channel, and they, within 15 minutes of us raiding over, they were pissing in a bottle because they were drunk. Or live on stream. They were like, I really need to pee, chat. I really need to pee. Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to piss in this bottle. And they just pissed in a bottle on stream and got banned for like 6 months or what have you. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I have just brought my wonderful community into this individual who is pissing in a bottle live on stream. But that is where we need to remember, streamers, all you beautiful streamers out there, this is where you need to remember that you are only responsible for your own streams. You are not responsible for other people's streams. It is the kindness of your heart that you are taking your community over to somebody else's stream. It is then up to that streamer to be a decent person. My responsibility for the stream was with the end of the raid. I was like, my community will probably like this person. They're a chaos gremlin. That's fantastic. Okay, let's fucking go. Oh, that person turns out to be an absolute dickhead. That is not on my head. That is not on my head. That is on their head. You know? Guessing they didn't know. Oh, no, fuck no. I deleted them. I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm absolutely fucking out. I'm done. Fucking deleted. Unfollowed. Straight away. Just like, nope. I trusted you with my community and you fucked it up. Do you know what I mean? Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. But exactly the same goes for people that raid into me. Their responsibility as a streamer ends with the raid. What I do with their community from that point onwards is up to me, you know? I also don't judge that streamer based on the actions of one or two people in their community. Do you know what I mean? If it turns out that they've raided over a couple of dickheads, then I'm like, okay, these people are dickheads. That has no major bearing on that person as a streamer because dickheads exist everywhere. And sometimes even blocked people can get, even people that are banned on a stream can get taken over in a stream if they want to, like, I don't know, discredit that streamer or what have you. And I don't judge. I don't judge a streamer based on one or two dickheads. I'm like, yeah, fucking hell. Dickheads exist, you know? I have to try a season. Yeah, I would suggest, I'd recommend Supernatural. The first couple of seasons are particularly good.
You little stalker.
Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it, you beautiful bean. Yeah, the first couple of seasons are particularly good in Supernatural. Yeah, it's one of those things. To me, Supernatural is the one that, because it came after X-Files and Buffy, they copied everything they could to attract their attention. To a certain degree. I think that Buffy was definitely meant for more of a teenage audience, whereas I'd say that Supernatural was aimed at more of an early adult, a young adult audience. You know? Buffy was definitely more cheesy. For sure. New merch is spoiling us. I do try it. Do need a festive jumper. The only thing I will say about the festive jumper, Petrichor Love, the only thing I will say about the festive jumper is you are now past the period of time to get it before Christmas. I think the festive jumpers, because they are knitted jumpers, because they are, then it's not like a print. It's like literally somebody who knits the jumper. The jumpers are like take longer to get to you. And you've missed the cutoff point to get them before Christmas, if you wanted it for Christmas. I mean, you could order one now and get it for next Christmas if you wanted. But yeah, the festive period to get the cutoff, to get them before Christmas has already passed, unfortunately. However, we have got a couple of people in the community who have ordered them. There was a very nice, delightful individual who was here at the beginning of the stream. I don't know if they're still here now. But they very kindly donated a whole load for giveaways in the chat, and they are very nice knitted sweaters. Yeah, they're really good. They look so good. Some people have put pictures in the Discord, and they look so fucking cozy. Mine just cleared the checks here, so it should be here soon. Amazing, amazing. Love this. But yeah, they look really fucking cozy. And again, a massive thank you to that wonderful individual. I don't want to call you out, but I know that you were here at the beginning of the stream. But a massive thank you to you for giving out so many in the community earlier. It was all the other week. It was very, very kind of you. Can I ask who designs your stuff? 'Tis fabulous. Yes, you can. This person. Abby Stabby Art does a whole load, not all of it, but a whole load of our merchandise. A load of it was done, like the erotonomics stuff was all done just by me, because I was like, ooh, I want to make some designs. I'm in a creative mood. Let's fucking go. But the majority of it is done by Abby Stabby. I think there's a couple of things on there done by Alexander Devonport. And then the rest is done by me. The rest is done by me. So yeah, there's a whole load of stuff going on there. Whole load of stuff happening there. I knew that from the first season, and then he left on season 5. Knew the story was over. What? Where did I miss? Winchester Brothers, yeah. I've tried season. To me, Supernatural is, yeah, there we go. Watch the first 5 seasons, then stop. Like many things where they get over one and they try and milk all the bits out of them. It ends up having a shit ending. Right up to Kripke leaving. Exactly when Kripke left. Okay. Like the horror vibes of the first seasons. Yeah, I really like the horror vibes of the first seasons. I knew from the first season when he left on 5, I knew the story was over. Okay. That makes sense. Everything else is fan fiction. Okay, I got you. I've always called that from the start because I saw all of the copies from the previous shows. I see. That makes a lot of sense. I got someone in my eyeball. It is an eyelash. That would be it. Thank you for the kind words. They're very honest words, Lady MLT. That's what they are. Honest to a fault. Grit was there for me since the X-Files at least. Also so much imitation, it never grabbed me. Yeah, that's fair. Every so often,
Yeah, you subscribed. Most kind.
Lady Amble first of all, Razor, thank you very much for gigantifying me as a fucking cheeky girl. As both the cheeky girls. And secondly, Lady Althea coming in with the Prime, you beautiful bean, for 24 months. 2 years. 2 years you've spent your Prime here. 2 bloody years. Good Lord. It's so kind of you. I should now describe your name on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein means you get access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing is you go roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But go, damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy, oh, yes, meow, you know? Oh. Here we go. By the way, friends, let me show you. I'll just show you in a little bit. But did you know, friends, all right, that this mirror here, this one here, this black one, just there, that was the first ever mirror that we wrote subscriptions on. The first, I started putting it there. I put the V over here when I was rearranging everything. Put the V here, and then I moved this one directly above it because I was like, do you know what? That needs to be in there because this is the one mirror that I've never cleared down. Never ever cleared down. That has still got all of the original subscribers on it that were there for the very first time that we ever did a mirror. And I will clean down all the other ones. I'll do all the other bits and pieces, but that one there stays there. And the first name on that mirror is someone called Started Squash. From way back in the day. Oh, you need to get to the end of the witness in order to find out what the story is. There's not much of one as it's going through it, but it's just towards the end. Okay. I bounced off of Talos Principle. I was looking for something more like Myst. Do you know what? I've never completed a Myst game. I played Myst when I was 12 years old, and I didn't have the patience for it at all. I would like to revisit the Myst games at some stage and actually play them through, because I feel like as a grown human being, I probably have more patience for them. But, yeah. I was never, I don't even know what the puzzles were, because I don't think I ever got past like the first little bit. I don't think I solved a single puzzle, because back when I was like 12, 13 years old, when I first played Myst, I did not have the patience to read anything. So I just wandered around the first bit and was like, oh, just bumble fucking things. I've got no fucking idea what's going on. No clue. No, I no idea. But yeah, maybe at some stage we'll look into those. Maybe at some stage we'll look. I think I own them all. I just have never played them, you know. The reason because Supernatural wanted to get the grit of X-Files, and then again I did not get into X-Files. I fucking loved X-Files. I really, really liked X-Files because it covered so many different genres. It was like part supernatural, part aliens, part cryptids, part fucking everything. It was very, very good. And the thing that I really liked about it, genuinely the thing that I really liked about X-Files is not all of them were supernatural. Not all of them were aliens. There was like 1 or 2 episodes every so often where it was just human beings. And I was like, that's cool. It's cool that they were like, sometimes it's not going to be really out there. Sometimes it's just going to be human beings that are in a really weird situation or that have done a hoax or something like that. Sometimes it's just going to be people. And I was like, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Someone keeps winding me up trying to get me to play The Witness as they know that I would hate it, but it's only because shits and giggles. Everybody would tell people to fuck off. Yeah, you got to tell people to fuck off. If there's one thing that I can help you do, friends, it's learn to tell people to learn to say no. You don't have to say fuck off, but learn to say no. Because I would say fuck off. Especially if they keep walking all over your fucking boundaries. Do you know what I mean? You know, no can be a great word too. Yeah. Oh no, not again, right? 2 out of 2. What was 2 out of 2? I'm confused. SPN came to fill the slots left by X-Files and Buffy. To grab the attention of that audience, but I just saw so much of those and other shows that I watched and it wasn't interesting. Yeah. Kept watching to the point of fed up. It's like Angel. Do you remember the spin-off series from Buffy, Angel? Angel was great until the child. I'm not going to give anything away, but I really like the investigative nature of Angel. I also the thing that I really, really liked about Angel that wasn't in Buffy is that not all of the demons were evil. Not all of the creatures they met were evil. And you only got that in Buffy after they met... Like, you'd have Angel himself, but after they met... Oh, fuck, what was the werewolf character called? There was a werewolf in Buffy that I cannot remember the name of for the life of me. But there was a werewolf in Buffy that... he was like the first supernatural creature that wasn't evil regardless. And it was like, Oz, thank you very much, Ayla. Yeah. When Oz was there, and it was like, oh, not everything has to be evil. Oh, look, it turns out there's witches and shit. Oh, look, it turns out there's loads of shit that's out there that isn't evil. Oh, fucking hell. Looks like we've just been massively prejudiced this entire time. Well, never mind. It's like, oh shit. Okay, fair enough. Here we go. But Angel was great for the first cut. Angel was great until the child. And I'm not going to say what, I'm not going to explain that, but anyone who's seen Angel knows what I mean. Because I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it, but Angel was great until the child. I think people like you and Lady have helped me to have a bit more confidence. Oh, that's very kind of you to say, Wild Annie. I really appreciate that. Because I actively encourage confidence in all people. Like, people, you should have confidence in yourselves. Every single one of you should have confidence in yourselves. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what's going on in your lives, you should have confidence in yourselves. Know your own abilities. Know what you're good at. And celebrate the fact that you're good at them. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to rub it in people's faces. You just got to know. Just got to know. So I'm like, do you know what? No, actually, I am good at this. You know? There's lots of things that I'm good at that I don't rub in people's faces. I'm just like, yeah, I know that I'm good at these things. I don't have to justify it to anybody. I just know that I am, you know? Watch the end of Supernatural. I am not doing that again. Fair. Fair. Once Mulder left for a bit, I stopped watching. Yeah, I think that's kind of the time when I stopped watching, actually, HRT Locker. I think that's kind of the time when I was like, okay. Because do you know the reason why? Oh, here we fucking go. Do you know the reason why? It was because before I watched The X-Files, I watched Stargate SG-1. And I got right the way to season 9 of Stargate SG-1. And when John Crichton joined Stargate SG-1 instead of... Who the fuck was it? O'Neill. When O'Neill stopped being in it and John Crichton joined, and obviously his character isn't called John Crichton, the actor isn't called John Crichton, but I knew him as John Crichton from Farscape. So I was like, as soon as John Crichton joined, I was like, I'm out. This is just fucking weird. What the fuck is this? What is going on here? You know? I pretty much watched the entire Goa'uld arc. So that's how much I was into it. And then that kind of set a precedent for me that when one of the primary characters of multiple seasons left something, I was like, okay, it's going to be shit. And you know what? It was. It was. And that was exactly the same for Stargate SG-1, the same for The X-Files. There was quite a lot of them. Quite a lot of them where it was just like, okay, this character's left, it's going to be shite from here on. And it was. And it fucking was. You know? Danae Raven, how you doing? Welcome on in. How you doing, Cheeky Devil? But then Scully was key gay awakening character. Honestly, though, HRT Locker. Fucking Dana Scully. Dana Scully was an icon on so many levels. And because... And I genuinely don't think it would have worked if it wasn't for... who I've now forgotten the name of, even though I've got her book upstairs. Gillian Anderson. If it wasn't for Gillian Anderson playing Dana Scully, like, Dana Scully was an icon on many, many, many different levels. And Gillian Anderson absolutely made that happen because of the kind of person that Gillian Anderson is. And Gillian Anderson, it was iconic, is iconic. Like, I respected Gillian Anderson throughout the X-Files stuff. I respected what she did as a female actor of the time and how much she stood up for not being a stereotypical okay, female actor, now get your tits out. Not only that, but then she also stood up for being a sexual person. And I don't mean a sexual icon, I mean a sexual person while being a female actor of the time. Like, I have so much love for Gillian Anderson because the more I find out about her, the more I realize that she revolutionized so many different aspects of being a woman in the public eye. And now that she is like older and has done like sex education and stuff like that, she's become an icon for female sexuality, and not just cis female sexuality. I have her book upstairs, Want, which is a collection of female fantasies, which includes trans women and includes non-binary femme people. She is just a fucking icon of a human being. I have so much love, appreciation, and respect for her. It's unreal. And I didn't realize, like, how much love, appreciation, respect. I didn't realize half the shit that she did when she was Dana Scully. I did not realize how fucking iconic she was. At all. Got a jet. No worries, HRT Locker. You take it easy. If you got to disappear off, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. You're welcome back anytime, friend. Anytime. Watch 13 seasons need to finish just because I watched so much and hated it. Sometimes, Alasana, I get it. It's like I want to finish it off. I want to round it all up, even though I know I'm not going to be happy. I've definitely done that before, where I'm like, I need to see this through to the end, even though I know it's going to be shit. You know, good on you for caring about your community, nonetheless. Oh, I always, Razotter, always. I don't think there's ever going to be a point, even if I like started getting like 1,000 viewers every stream, and I wasn't able to give that intimate connection or what have you, which I'm not expecting to ever get. But theoretically speaking, let's say that I got 1,000 viewers every stream, I'd still care about the community. I'd still care about your experience and what it was to be. Like, I always said that I never really wanted to get more than 150 to 200 viewers. That's like my upper limit. My hair in my mouth. My absolute upper limit for how many viewers I want to get.
You subscribed.
Petrichor Love. You beautiful individual. Thank you very much.
Valenv clap, Valenv swoon.
Thank you so much for coming in with a paid subscription, taking us that one step closer to the 60-40 split for December. You beautiful bean. Yeah, what was the words I was going to say? I don't really want to get much bigger than that, because at that point, I think it just becomes a little bit unmanageable. I don't be able to provide that community experience, you know? But that is, like, dreams. I don't think I'm ever going to get there, but it is dreams, you know? Petrichor Love, your name is now inscribed upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. You also get access to all the sexy little emotes and 10% off in the merch store, just by being a subscriber, you know? But the most important thing, as well you know, after 3 months of the corruption settling in nicely, you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror and go, God, do I look rough? But god damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy. Ooh, yes, me. Yeah, you know? You know, you beautiful bean. Oh. Cheeky devil that you are. X-Files was supposed to end at season 7 and have a few movies here or there. Yeah, that's kind of the way that Farscape went. And I really loved Farscape. Farscape was one of my all-time favorite science fiction series. You know what I mean? Charmed was an awakening for you. I found Charmed really cheesy. I found Charmed to be too cheesy for me to enjoy. Like, everyone talks about Charmed being, like, super awakening, and I really struggled with it. I really, really struggled with it. Which is wild, because it was exactly the kind of thing, exactly the kind of TV show that I enjoyed as a teenager. But I really struggled with it. I couldn't get into it. They're very nice knitted sweaters. Yeah. Mine just cleared the check, so it should be with us soon. Amazing. I know it's a good show, but I know hell of that show went through. Oh, really? Oh, I know that Charmed went through a hell of a lot because of the performers that were in it. Being from a less reputable background. Which is bullshit. They're just performers and actors. You should leave them be. But anyway. So I prefer the original 70s Supernatural. I didn't even know they made one. Didn't even know they made an OG Supernatural. The Night Stalker. Oh, wow. There's some very well done remasters that are worth it. I would love to see them remaster. We're talking about shows from the 70s that I would enjoy them remastering. Blake 7. Blake 7. I would enjoy that remaster. Because Blake 7 was a British science fiction TV show, which I personally loved. But there was one iconic thing about it that makes it so much better.
Most kind.
Hi Valen. I found it hard to get into Farscape when I first saw it, but really enjoyed when I went back to watch it years later. Quality series. FYI, I had a quiet game of tennis today. There was no racket.
I hate you, Kidrin. 40 months. 40 months! And that is what you tell me. Yeah, I really love Farscape, but I did come to Farscape as a grown-up. I didn't really watch many of those shows when I was a teenager. I came to it as a grown-up. Hindering, I should now describe your name on the mirror vein. By having your name on the mirror vein, it means you got access to my personal Snapchat. Not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. You also get access to 10% off on the merch store, which is a new thing that I've brought around. And you also get, of course, get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing, and after 40 months, you should know this. The most important thing is you got to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, sexy, oh, yes, meow, you know? You know, you cheeky devil. There we go. 40 months of that love-hate relationship. I know, right? Where was I? What was I even saying? What was going on? Yeah, Farscape I really, really enjoyed, but I did watch it as an adult. I went to milk it for everything. Watched it, all the drama with the actors, and at the time I thought it should have ended there. Oh well, yeah, there was a whole thing with it. That wasn't, I didn't find out about that till years later. That wasn't a reason why I didn't enjoy Charmed. But it was just very cheesy, and I really struggled to get into it. Do you know what I mean? Grandas, how you doing, you cheeky devil? Long time no see. Certainly has been a long time no see. Looking very intellectual. It's the moustache and the glasses, isn't it? The moustache is going this evening. I've got the moustache because I'm doing a Christmas parade this week, and I cannot fucking wait to get home tonight and just shave it all off. Cannot fucking wait. It's going to be so satisfying. Yeah, Blake 7 is definitely where my remaster would be because of the ending. The ending. Oh, God. I don't want to spoil it. I mean, it's a 70s TV show, so it's hard to fucking spoil it. But fuck me. That ending was a level of iconic that cannot be... It can't be undervalued. It's like, I've never seen it done like that before. I have never seen a TV show end like the way that Blake 7 did. And that's, honestly, that is how you know that it's a British TV show. Because I don't know any other, like, British, any other film institute that would allow an ending like that. A better writing, in your opinion? Well, Angel? Yeah, I agree. I preferred Angel. I preferred the first couple of seasons to Angel to the first couple of seasons of Buffy. I enjoyed Buffy, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Angel because it seemed deeper. The cat poker with a friendly demon was fun, if concerning on what was next. Yeah. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. I don't remember that. I think I probably stopped watching long before that. Entirely fair. Uno reverse. You'd have done the same for me. Oh, you beautiful people. Look at that. How you doing today, Raven? How's it going? Happened to you with Charmed? Turns out I didn't have to go after all. Well, you're very welcome to stay, HRT Locker. Of course, you beautiful bean. So after season 3, Ben Bowser for Farscape Scapegoat. A Farstar Scapegoat? I don't know. Was that a thing? Something's happened there that I was not aware of, but then I didn't pay attention to any of that shit when I was like in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was watching this shit. Oh, season 4 or 5 tried to like new one, but the dynamics are so screwed I couldn't. Yeah. One of the Jills I named myself after. Yeah, one of the, Gillian Anderson. I'm not surprised at all, HRT Locker, because fucking iconic human being. Absolutely. Millen, how you doing? How's it going? I liked Angel quite a bit. I didn't watch much of Buffy, though. I don't remember anything about a child. Supernatural, you only need to watch the first 5 seasons. The first 3 are great. I really enjoyed them. Absolutely. But I just got bored of them. I get bored of these things. I'll watch them and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Done. After about 3 seasons, if I watch something beyond 3 seasons, then it's really good because it's kept my interest. But after 5, it's like non-existent. Non-existent at all. I'd very rarely watch longer than that. Do you know what I mean? First 3 seasons are good horror era. 4 and 5 are a lot more fantasy. Fair. Farscape, excellent. Charmed was very, very cheesy. It was. Sexy Silverstar, how you doing? Sexy Silverstar, I will respond to your message. I will respond to your message, you glorious bean. I've just been really fucking busy with streaming and Christmas parade shenanigans. But I will respond to it. Charmed was too cheesy, I agree. Never could get into it. Yeah. There's a level of cheese that I can... If cheesiness is done well, I can deal with it. But a lot of the issue that I have is I don't like cringing. Like, I am not a cringe person. I do not like to cringe. It is not an enjoyable experience for me. I know some people fucking love it, but I cannot fucking stand it. I really, really, really struggle with it. As a result, if a TV series is too cheesy, I'm out. I'm like, all right, fucking whatever. I'm out. Talking about the remasters of Myst, yeah? Oh, my lordy, ladies and gentlemen, and all genders outside between, delve deep into your pits of popcorn and throw them at the raiders, throw them at these cheeky devils. Look at these people coming in here. I mean, really, who could imagine? Good Lord, look at these cheeky. Oh, my good Lord. It's the nice lady over there. The nice lady. And I tell you what, she is a very nice lady, I have to say. You came over because of the mustache, didn't you, nice lady? You came over because of the mustache. This majestically ridiculous, preposterous, bloody mustache. I understand. I hate the mustache. I hate the mustache, friends. I'm doing a Christmas parade where I'm a bloody toy soldier, which is the reason why I've got this stupid mustache.
Stalker.
What popcorn flavor is these? Try them and find out. Give them a good snaffle. A good little snaffle. People go check out the nice lady over there. A very, very wonderful human being. Phenomenal artist. And some very, very interesting and tantalizing conversations going on over there. Also, a significant amount of innuendo. Or as we call it, in-your-endo. It definitely happens. It definitely happens. It's a whole thing. It's a whole dynamic. Alright? It's a whole bloody dynamic. Wonderful human being who I love very, very dearly. You should go and click that cheeky little follow button. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Do it. I tell you. I quite like the stash. Why? Why would you? Why would you do this to yourself? And why would you do this to me? Why? What is going on here? Why? Friends, if you're new here, 2 things you need to know about this channel. 1, you're not allowed to apologize. No apologies here. Instead of saying sorry, try saying thank you. Instead of saying sorry, I'm late, say thanks for waiting. Instead of saying sorry, I'm such a burden, say thanks for being there for me. It'll make you a much more positive individual. 2, if you're under the age of 18, I have to ask you to leave. You shouldn't be, because I'm pretty sure.
Subscribed.
Moopin gifting 3 months of tier 1 sub to nice lady over there. I don't think you should be under the age of 18, because I'm pretty sure the nice lady over there has an 18 plus channel. But on the off chance you're Canadian, yeah, no excuses here, designed by Joe. No excuses. No apologies. People apologize for just existing.
Little stalker.
And I'll be having none of it, you cheeky devils. None of it at all. Nice lady over there. I shall inscribe your name upon the mirror of vein, courtesy of Moopin for 3 months. 3 bloody months, you cheeky devil. The nice lady over there. By having your name upon the mirror of vein, it means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat. Look, I know we've been friends for a while now. Okay, nice lady. I know we've been friends for a while now. But that's not on the options, okay? I know. Hard to believe, but still. And of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes. But the most important thing, nice lady over there, for the next 3 whole months, you have to roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough. God damn, do I make Ruff look good? Oh, harra, sexy. Oh, yes, meow. You know? It's the only way to do it. The only way to do it. Okay. Oh. There we go. Kinkmas, the gifts aren't wrapped, but they're tied up in a rope all the same. You know it, classic Gary. You know it. We've got our Kinkmas tree. Our cheeky little Kinkmas tree. We were looking at what we could, like, put on the Kinkmas tree. But we did find that a lot of them were, like, terms of service not safe. We found some festive testicles. We found Santa Claus with his titties out. We found all manner of things for the Kinkmas tree. But then, yeah, we realized that there was a lot of it we can't put on there for terms of service purposes. You know, unfortunately. Festicles. Exactly. Who doesn't like some good glittery festicles? You know? It should just be the way it works. Moopin, thank you very much for gigantifying that very interesting bouncy emote there. You beautiful bean. Nice lady over there. As always, you exquisite individual. If you need to disappear off, if you need to go grab a snaffly treat, go grab some kind of delightful beverage, please go do so. Please look after yourself. I really appreciate you bringing your beautiful people in here. In fact, all you glorious individuals. If any of you need to disappear off and go grab a snaffly treat, go do bits and pieces, please go do so. Please look after yourself. Please do what you need to do, you cheeky little devils. All right? As much as I love your attention, and I do love your attention, like loads. As much as I love your attention, you got to look after yourselves first, because you won't be able to pay me attention. You won't be able to marvel at this magnificent mustache if you're all ill and not looking after yourself, all right? I need you in peak health in order to shower me and inflate my ego some more, all right? That just needs to happen. That just needs to happen, okay? All right? Such is the way it works, okay? What were you up to today, nice lady over there? What were you arting? Arting, yes. Like this majestic mustache. Oh, yes. Tantalizing and whatnot, yes. We've been talking about all manner of like old TV shows that we used to watch, like Farscape and X-Files and Supernatural and Charmed and all those dynamics. That is, we started on parasocial relationships, and now we've moved on to 90s and early 2000s TV shows. You are prepping a portrait for a charity co-stream with Scroobius Pip. I like that name. That's a very good name. That's the kind of name of, like, a character you would find in the universe of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Zaphod! Have you seen Scroobius Pip? What's that? They're doing art with a nice lady over there. Oh, very well. Have you got your towel? Good.
Oh, you followed me. Ooh, you little stalker.
That's going on Sunday night. What time on Sunday night? I'm all for promoting other people's charity streams, for sure. Also, thank you so much for all these follows, friends. I don't like to call people out just in case they are lurking, just in case they're having a little cheeky little lurk. But I really appreciate them all the same. You know? Your go-to sci-fi show was Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf was amazing. The UK Red Dwarf was amazing. They did remake the... thank you so much, you beautiful beans. They did make an American version of Red Dwarf, and it was dog shit because they tried to make Dave Lister into a popular cool guy. Gotta go get your kiddo. Go do your thing. 8:30 p.m. till late. So 8:30 p.m. GMT on Sunday till real late. Can I get another shout out for Nice Lady over there so that everyone knows where to go to for the charity? I know Nice Lady's had to disappear off, but can somebody tell me what charity they will be supporting on Sunday? That would be wonderful. I'd appreciate that. Scroobius Pip is a performance poet musician. You may know his hit song, Thou Shalt Always Kill. I don't, but now I'm intrigued. How's it going, Speedy RR? How you doing, cheeky devil? Again, friends, go check out Nice Lady over there and be there on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. GMT to support charities through the medium of art and poetry / musicianalness. Okay? You cheeky little devils. Isn't that what the moustache? The moustache is for a Christmas parade. I am a toy soldier, and I get to hurl delightful abuse at members of the public through the medium of being like, "Sir, you are wearing shorts. Does that mean you're off on holiday to Barbados? Or perhaps Tenerife? Or my recent favorite, or Mallorca." I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It tickles my little fancy. Tickles my little fancy, you know? You enjoyed Charmed cheesiness? Don't know if I would still like it now. Yeah, I really struggled with Charmed. Blake 7, the ending to Blake 7, this was a 70s science fiction TV show, was next level phenomenal. Because it made sense. It made sense in a way that most of these shows don't make sense. You know? You get the remastered Quantum Leap show that just missed the mark completely. That sounds like an awful lot of remastered, to be honest with you. A lot, when they remake shows, 9 times out of 10, they miss the point. They miss the point entirely. That would be my biggest worry about them remaking something like Blake 7. Because if they remade Blake 7, they would... I think they'd change the ending. And it's the ending that makes Blake 7 so good. Get the fuck out with that pun. Look! Look! This is unfortunately one of the things that this community is very good at, is bloody dad jokes. Let me rewatch so season 4. One of the demons just monologuing forever. It may have been more fantasy, but the writing wasn't that good either. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like when you get into like Doctor Who shit as well. Like, you get so many different writers, and some of the writers are really deep and intricate and introspective and dynamics, and then you just get others that are like filler episodes. If you can't make a good episode, don't write the episode. Fucking filler shit annoys me. It's the reason why I stopped watching Doctor Who entirely, because I was just like, I can't be arsed with this. Cannot be fucking arsed with this. What time are you going out to the parade? So I've been streaming 12 p.m. GMT, so 12 noon GMT till 4 p.m. And then I have just enough time to smash some food in my face and gather my shit together to then jump in the car and head to the location. And then I do the parade from... we get ready for the parade at 5 p.m. We're out at 7 p.m. And then it goes on till about 9 p.m. We get back about 8:30, 9 p.m. And then I drive home. So it's a whole thing. But tonight is the last night. So it'll be all right. It'll be okay. I just need to survive one more night with this croaky throat and this awful headache. And then I'll be all right. Then we'll be okay. Do you know what I mean? Then we'll be okay. Right, let me scroll down a wee bit. Nice ladies, gutter goblins. Oh, I do like those gutter goblins. Oh, if there's one thing I thoroughly enjoy, it's a good gutter goblin. Oh, my lordy. Scandalous and preposterous, good lord. How's it going, B Nation? How you doing? If you say innuendo in Jess's stream, you'll end up on her tally. Really? Oh, what kind of tally is this? I'm intrigued now. Intrigued for sure, for sure. Ball gag ornaments seem essential. Do you know what? I wonder if there is. BDSM Christmas ornaments. Let's have a look. Images. Give it to me. Oh, that's just somebody in... I'll take the glasses off for fear of reflection. That is just somebody in Shibari tied to a Christmas tree. There's some BDSM gingerbread men that they have got that are like hog-tied or ball-gagged. There's a gingerbread man in a gimp suit. And when I say GIMP, I don't mean the Canadian version of GIMP. I mean the British version of GIMP, which is an all-encompassing latex catsuit. Some people who have just hung whips and chains on their Christmas tree as if it was standard. Ooh! There's some very interesting Shibari-style Christmas ornaments. They're quite interesting. somebody who's made Christmas baubles into tit ties, where it's just like little nipple ties. That's quite fun. I like that. I like that. A lot of them just are like prints of things on wood, which I think is just a bit boring. Just a little bit boring, you know? I want something a bit more intricate, you know? Somebody who's just hung sex toys, like cock rings and stuff on their Christmas tree. Ooh, they do have a Christmas dildo. That's quite a fun one. That's quite fun. I like that. Oh, that's just a naked man jumping out of a Christmas box. And that is a well-placed gay porn star in front of a Christmas tree. And this is the reason why I took the glasses off before looking at all of this stuff, because that shit would get me... The reflection of that shit would get me banned. Yeah, I know. 'Twas the night before Kinkmas, when all through the cottage hot wax was dripping, along with much frottage. Classic Gary, that's fucking amazing. That's absolutely fucking amazing. I love that. Love that. They didn't remake Red Dwarf with the guy from Scary... Oh, they didn't make remake Red Dwarf with the guy from Scary Movie 4. There was no Red Dwarf USA. No, they made it. We must accept all media forms, even if it's colossally shite. All right? Friends, there are adverts running, and I really need to go pee. So, get up, have a stretch your eyes, look at some in a distance, then look back again, grab some kind of beverage, hot, cold, or if the time is permitting, flamboyant as fuck. Don't forget to take your meds, if you haven't done it already. Take them now, and if you are wearing a binder, have a couple of deep breaths, stretch those lungs out, stretch those rib cages out, and never wear a binder longer than is medically recommended, which is what we understand to be approximately 6 hours. I'll be back in 2 minutes and 30 seconds when the adverts are over, and we'll continue this conversation. Don't go anywhere. I'll see you all in a minute. See you all in a minute. Cheeky little devil. Just really need to pee. Really need to pee, you know? Okay. Chums, let's go. Welcome back, friends. I just needed to really pee, and then I got myself a can of cake. as we say in my hometown. Kirk! Bit of Coca-Cola! Because I need the sugar and the caffeine to be able to indulge myself for this evening's parade. Parade! Oh, the charity is mined! Oh, Armpit Raider, thank you very much for that. So the charity that they're doing the charity stream for, this is Nice Lady over there and Scroobius Pip. They're raising for Mind. Mind is a mental health charity, which I very much appreciate. I very much like Mind. I've got a couple of friends who work for Mind as well. But they're a good charity. We appreciate that. We appreciate that very much, for sure. Thank you so much, Armpit Rater, for throwing that out to us, giving that information. Did you know that the actress that plays Dax in Deep Space Nine, the first Dax auditioned to be the female Rimmer in the Red Dwarf USA? Really? The Red Dwarf USA was awful. And the reason why is because they didn't get why it was popular in the UK. Red Dwarf was popular in the UK because it was a down-and-out slob. It was basically a cast of rejects. It was a down-and-out slob of a character. It was a pretentious goody two-shoes who was arrogant and gets it all wrong character. A shallow and extremely vain and therefore a little bit stupid character. And a character who has all of the knowledge but none of the social interactive skills. And put those all together with good writing, and it was fucking genius. And whichever the American company is that took over and was like, right, we're going to make a new Red Dwarf. They, yes, Armpit Raider, 100%. Red Dwarf was like a British workplace comedy. Like, the American company took it over and went, right, this guy's the protagonist, therefore he needs to be really cool. So they made Dave Lister really fucking cool. And it's like, no. The point, the whole reason why it works is because he is uncool. Because he's a slob. Because he has no oomph on there. Do you know what I mean? How's it going, Finley? How you doing, Cheeky Devil? Frizen, how you doing, you wonderful individual? The Tally of Shame. Ooh. Why does that sound so appealing to me? Why does that sound so appealing to me? Why does being put on the Tally of Shame really appeal to me? What's that all about? Or the Tally of Butt? I mean, that as well, Rasmus. That as well. Again, for some reason, sounds extremely appealing to me, right? Was waiting for everyone who said you're my favorite snack when she was painting our favorite snacks. Oh god. You've seen vulva ornaments? I could imagine vulva ornaments and penis ornaments, but I wouldn't be able to put them on the Kinkmas tree. I wouldn't be able to put them on the Kinkmas tree because the Kinkmas tree, it has to be terms of service safe. Whereas I think I'd get away with sex toys and BDSM implements because they're not genitalia. But I feel like at the moment I get into the genitalia realms is when I'd struggle. Twitch already keep a close eye on me as it is. You know? No to Red Dwarf. Like, honestly, Red Dwarf USA, it happened. We have to accept it. We have to accept it, but we can accept it purely as a cautionary tale. Do you know what I mean? Sugar and caffeine is why you've got Monster. I have never had a Monster. I've got to be really careful with sugar, with energy drinks, because I have a heart that misses a beat every so often. It hasn't done it in years. But every so often it used to just stop. Just stop. Kick back in a couple of beats later, you know. But yeah, so I kind of avoid energy drinks just for fear of them. I've had Red Bull before and it made me feel really ill. Really fucking nasty. Oh my god. Finley, those ornaments that you sent me are excellent. I love them. Love them. What is BDSM? Bondage, domination, and sadomasochism. So stuff to do with, like, generally speaking, people associate it with words like leather wearing or latex wearing and like suspension and tying and binding and shackles and all of the things that 50 Shades of Grey wishes it was. But 50 Shades of Grey is actually just a story about abuse as opposed to an actual BDSM dynamic. But it's usually to do with a submissive person and a dominant person, or a master and a slave, a top or a bottom, whatever dynamic you've got. One person in charge and one person who is giving over control to the other person. Sometimes more people are involved, but that's the TLDR of it. Sadomasochism is obviously the enjoyment of giving pain or the enjoyment of receiving pain, but the most important thing of all of this dynamic is it's done between consenting adults. It's done between 2 or more people that are all over the age of 18 and all very much consenting and involved, and they follow the 3 dominant rules of BDSM, which is safe, sane, and consensual. Everything is done safely with education, so knowing how to tie people, knowing how long that a person can be in a dynamic. Sane, nobody's under the influence of drugs, no one's under the influence of too much alcohol, and no one's in an emotionally or mentally vulnerable state, and consensual. Everyone involved is consenting to be a part of it. Those are the 3 edicts that I've always known BDSM work by, and pretty good ones, to be honest with you. I'll explain. Thank you very much. I'm a sex educator. This is what I do. I talk about this shit all the time. But yeah, you are very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. For sure. Got Craig Charles to the occasional Guinness drinker. When we worked together briefly. He's a good poet. Oh, really? That's interesting. He seems like the entire cast seems really, really interesting. What I do, the little bit of like trivia that I know about the Red Dwarf dynamic was that Craig Charles and Chris Barry, who play Dave Lister and Arnold Rimmer, they supposedly absolutely fucking hated each other. They hated each other when they first started working together. So it's like the first 2 seasons of, or first 2 series, this is British, first 2 series of Red Dwarf, they really didn't get along. And that kind of worked really, really nicely because their characters don't get along. So that chemistry wasn't there, which made it work even better. It just made it work so fucking well. And then evidently they became friends and what have you, and it's just like that's really, really cool that they got past that and what have you. But it's really interesting that you see the first 2 seasons and they just didn't like each other. That wasn't a fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? That wasn't a fucking thing. You found a womanizer ornament? Oh my god. Apparently you get 1 free with every toy purchase. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, with womanizer? That's really fucking cool. Very expensive for a Christmas ornament, but still very fucking cool. I like that a lot. Like that a lot. For sure. Apparently you get 1 free with every purchase. Man, I've seen Red Dwarf has some great moments. Love the have a happy period joke. Yeah, some of the later seasons. What I found really interesting about Red Dwarf, and I don't know whether like this doesn't happen very often, all right, is the fact that they did the first 5, 6 seasons. In fact, I think there was like 8 altogether, and then they stopped doing Red Dwarf, and a decade passed. And they revisited Red Dwarf. They went back to it. There was like a little mini series that was like 2 episodes long, and it was hot garbage. And that was shit. And everyone was like, why the fuck did you ever do this? And then they announced that they were going to come back for a full fucking season. And everyone was like, oh, God, no. Please just don't fucking do this. Stop shitting all over our nostalgia. Stop fucking doing that. Just please just leave it alone. And they came back and it was excellent. It was exactly the kind of humor that was in the original series. They went really back to basics with the style of humor with it, and it was so fucking good. Like, there was a whole thing where they were like, they met Jesus. They found a time hole or whatever, ended up back in ancient Jerusalem, and met Jesus. And that entire storyline is hysterical. Genuinely very entertaining. Because they're all like, no. Because I think it like literally Lister says Jesus as like an exclamation, like when you're going, oh, Jesus Christ. But he was just like, Jesus. And that guy turns around and he's like, yes. And they're like, what? Like, you said my name. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, you said, oh, I mean, if you're not interested. And they literally look at each other and they're like, no. And they're like, they calculate and they're like, it is the time for it. It is about the same, right? Oh, God. It's really funny. Really, really funny. Genuinely. I was really impressed by that entire series, for sure. Very different personalities. Yeah. Saw some Cinderella shoes on my dentist's tree yesterday. So tempted. Cinderella shoes? Like little glass slippers. That type of thing. What was the joke? It rings vague bells. There was a whole thing about basically the way that it worked was in that season. That was the season where they had Christine Kachansky in it, which was Dave Lister's fantasy, as it were. Yeah, Crichton in prison. So Crichton, because of the fact that Crichton didn't have a penis, Crichton as an android was seen as a woman and therefore put in prison with Thingy, which was actually a very telling thing about the dynamic of gender back in the 90s or early 2000s. It was like, gender, if you don't have a penis, then you're not a man. And anything else that isn't a man is obviously a woman, which was a very interesting perspective with our understanding of gender today. So it was like, you don't have a penis, therefore you can't be a man, and therefore you must be a woman. Binary genders in the early 2000s. Anyway, Crichton was there, and he was like, okay, I've noticed that Christine Kachansky is very, very moody, and then Lister and Rimmer are like, oh, Lister specifically is like, oh, she's probably on her period. And it's like, what? What is a period? I don't understand, because of course he's a droid that does cleaning. He doesn't understand the dynamic of what a period is. It's like, the best thing to do is throw her a happy period party. And it's like, of course, the pranks. The pranks go on, you know? Yeah, in prison with Kachansky, and he wishes her a happy period like it's her birthday, because that's what Lister tells him to do. Just to get him in trouble for it. He's like, oh dear. He got me. He's done it again, hasn't he? Oh. Fucking Crichton, yes. A Dutch supermarket has decided to sell eggplant/aubergine ornaments this year. Wow. They don't know what it means, do they? They don't know what it means. I found out recently, though, genuinely one of the things that I found out recently, friends, is, you know, 6-7? You know this thing? You're talking about, like, not knowing the secret meaning of things, all right? You know the whole thing that the youths are doing today called 6-7, where you just shout 6-7. And I have to say, thoroughly enjoy shouting back 8-9. 8-9. They go 6-7. I go 8-9, and they get so angry. It's like, well done. That's how counting works. Yes, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're doing well. One of you say 4-5, and we can get a whole thing. So the 6-7 thing, as I understand it, it originally started as a baseball thing, where the commentator said 6-7 in a really, really weird way. So he was like, oh, Andy's number 6-7 or 6-7 or whatever the fucking thing is. And then people were like, oh, 6-7, taking the piss out of this commentator. And then what happened was a young lad was on a viral thingy where he was doing this and he was going 6-7, and then that went viral and what have you. Everyone was like, oh, 6-7. So now all of the youth of today, a link, know your memes. So the 6-7 meme, also known as 6-7 meme, 6-7 meme or 6-7 song, refers to a series of memes about a lyric in the song Doot Doot by Skrilla, featuring G Herbo, a hip-hop song released in December 2024. It was popularized by TikTok and Instagram Reels that month. The song and its 6-7 lyrics notably became a subject of, there we go, basketball, not baseball, basketball edits of an NBA player, LaMelo Ball, who is 6'7" in height. The editor found the clip saying 6-7, but they used it as the intro for the Ball highlight reels. Skrilla's 6-7 lyric was used in Q as the bait and switch. TikToker and overtime elite basketball player Talon Kinney then began the humorous forcing the numbers into conversation in his interviews. The live stream clip paired with a hand gesture or dance movement involving the raising and lowering of both hands in a seesaw motion with the palms facing upwards, along with saying 6-7. The urge to 6-7 on camera among friends and performing 6-7 hand gestures gained traction among the Gen Z and Gen Alpha boys in hopes of becoming edit intros, ultimately leading to the 6-7 kid video and the Mason 6-7. So I know about the 6-7 kid video. Heading into late 2025, several variants of 6-7 memes surfaced online. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't actually say the bit of information that I was told by a child, which evidently might be like a new meaning of it. Let me scroll down, see if it's anything. The annotation on the lyric genius speculates 6-7 could be a reference to 6 feet under and 7 apart. Interesting. Okay, so it doesn't actually give me that. Oh, that's really interesting. That's really, really interesting. Okay. So, the information that I have got since that, which evidently isn't in that article, but thank you very much, Sembar, for putting that out there and giving us the official information about the meme. The good old meme. So a child was telling me, I say a child, like a teenager was telling me, because I was asking them about it, and they were like 6-7. Actually, somebody else was talking about it, and I was like, oh, what's it all about? Because I started doing the 8-9 thing, and then they get really angry and bits and pieces, and a kid went real lower and was saying that it's all about weighing tits. That's what this movement is. And the lyric of the original 6-7 song was in reference to weighing tits, and obviously one tit is bigger than another, and therefore that's 7 grams or 7 pounds or whatever. But that whole movement 6-7 is all like, it's like, oh, you're weighing tits, and I was just like, that's actually really offensive. Like, don't do that. That's not a cool thing to do. That's not a fucking cool thing to do. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what I mean? But yeah. But that isn't in the official meme thing, so maybe that's just a local thing. Maybe that's just a local thing. Maybe it's just the kids around here have decided that means that this means we're going to weigh breasts. You know. Oh, scroll too far. Scrolling down again. So do a rewatch. Red Dwarf is worth a rewatch for sure. Rewatch the entire series. Why not? Why not? They do know what it means. They've thrown out a bunch of other ornaments too. Oh my god. I'm amazed they get away with stuff like that. If you know what it means, if you know the connotations of it, especially considering how much everyone fucking hates sex in the world. They're perfectly happy to use sex to sell things, but everyone fucking seems to hate it. For sure. They're stealing the 8-9 thing. Do it. Do it. Take it. Take it with my love. I actually got that from a reel, Instagram reel I saw with a teacher who some kid in the class shouted 6-7 and he went 8-9 and they were like, what? And then they got really fucking angry and I took it from that and was like, right, I'm gonna use 8-9 and see what it's like. And I cannot begin to describe to you how angry it makes children. Because they come over and they're like, do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, and they're like, say 6-7. And I'm like, 8-9. And they're like, no, say 6-7. I'm like, 8-9. Like, no, say that. I'm like, 8-9 comes next. This is how counting works. You say 6-7. You say 4-5. You say 6-7. I'll say 8-9, and we're all good. And they get so angry. They get so fucking angry. To the point where one of them, on the first night that I did it, one of them marched off in like a genuine huff. Like a genuine was really fucking like fuming that I would not say 6-7. And all I kept saying was 8-9. It was wild. Absolutely fucking wild. But I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. They do this thing because they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna take the piss, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, I'll make you feel odd about that because I'm gonna absolutely take the piss out of you as well, you know. Like the chicken banana thing. I don't know the chicken banana thing, debauchery. I don't know that one. Kids make up new hypes all the time. They certainly do. They certainly do. Although I do have to say, I thoroughly enjoy also being on the bus. So we're in a big open top bus and we're driving down. And it's like, bum, 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 all fun and games. And I'm like, here we are at the Christmas parade. Blah, 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 doing the things, what have you. Oh my God, look at that individual wearing shorts. Good Lord, he's on holiday in Barbados. All that jazz. And then every so often you get a group of kids going around and they'll start throwing swears at you or like, throwing some kind of abuse, hurling abuse up. Like, we can't fucking hear them because we're right next to massive fucking speakers. We can't hear a fucking thing they say. But I do like being like, yes, that's right. These bunch of children down here have got all of the street cred. In fact, that gentleman there shouting up at us definitely has all of the riz. I believe they call him Mr. Sigma on this street, and absolutely all of his mates. Whoever the kids' mates are, all the kids' mates rinse them. They absolutely take the piss out, like as if they're the ones that are now the butt of the joke. And I'm like, yeah, you hurl abuse at me and my fucking team that I am in charge of. I am absolutely, in a very PG way, going to turn all of the attention back on you. Abso-fucking-lutely. Don't come at me, sunshine. I've got more charisma than you know what to do with. It's like, yes, Mr. Sigma. Ha 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 ha. You know? The Dutch are not that prudish. Getting worse though, but I mean, you've seen the red light district in the middle of Armstrong City. That I have not seen the red light district. I think I walked through it. But when I was there, Finley, I never actually went in it. I never went. I wanted to go like through the red light district purely from like a professional curiosity point of view. You know, being a sex educator, being into the kink scene, being into the erotic scene. I wanted to go through it and just have a look at it, but I never actually ended up doing when I was over there. I do need to go back to Amsterdam and have a proper. I want to go to like the sex museum and stuff. You know, be tempted to reply with 4269. Yeah. All of the things, all the different things, Speedy, for sure. Nothing kills a meme faster than adults repeating and messing with it. Oh, Kindred, 100%. 100%. Sage, how you doing? How's it going? Doing all right, thank you very much. Doing okay. Have the jokes we had as teens were all about confusing or annoying adults? Yes, absolutely. 110%. Thank you very much, Nibrin, by the way. Appreciate that. 100%. It was all about confusing adults and being like, yeah, we know something you don't know. Ha, ha, ha. And it's just like, actually, they don't care. If there's one thing I've learned as a grown human being is the fact that most grown-ups don't give a shit. They don't care about learning the memes. They don't give a shit. I don't fucking, what does it matter? What the fuck does it matter? Because the only, like, there is never going to be a situation where a fully grown adult does a young teenage internet meme and looks cool. That is never going to be a fucking thing. It's like, that's a bit weird. It's a bit strange. Like, that is never going to be a fucking thing. Somebody my age, some 38-year-old bloke just being like 6, 7 to all the kids. You're like, oh, that's a bit weird. That's a bit strange. That it's a bit strange. It's an unusual thing to do a teenager's meme. Do you know what I mean? And 99.9% of adults know this, and they just go, do you know what? I don't need to do this. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm cool not doing that. We're all right. Do you know what I mean? Very easy to accidentally end up in, to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Took a very wrong turn and took Panda and Percy to the red light district by accident. Oh, really? Oh, shit. I know, because where we went drinking in, like, the gay part of Amsterdam, the gay quarter, as it were, where I saw you and we met up with Selena and all that jazz, and we had a fucking wild night. I know that's, like, I believe that was right next to the red light district, if I remember correctly. It was very, very close to it. Somewhere around there. Find it hilarious. I watched adult shows as a kid, and now the other way around. Yeah. What I love is when you can watch a kid's show as an adult, and suddenly you get so many of the jokes. You're like, oh, that joke went way over my head as a kid. That went so far over my head as a kid. Jesus Christ. Most of the workers are in side alleys, though. Okay. Going well, just getting some stuff together to do a little pop-up market. Ooh, very nice. Next time you come into Amsterdam, let me know. Wasn't too far off, I think. Yeah. I have very vague recollections of somebody in that area saying that the red light district was only around the corner. But I was fucking smashed. I was too busy being drunk. It was great. You know. The fact that I had stream muted and immediately knew you were what you were referring to, because I'm a parent of Gen Alpha. Oof. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Eris told me. 100%. 100%. Like Dr. Lipschitz from Rugrats. That has very, very vague recollections, Prison. I'm trying to think. My knowledge of Rugrats was limited, to say the least. Like Lipschitz. Yeah. Ah, Dr. Lipschitz. Yeah, that rings more bells. Fucking hell, Rugrats. Rugrats back in the day. Oh, my lordy. All this hark down memory lane. Right, I need to put some face on, friends. I need to put some face on while I'm chatting away, because I've got to get myself ready for the last day. Oh, God. The last day of this shenanigans. And then I get to go home and I get to shave off this stupid fucking mustache. This stupid fucking mustache. Oh. Never watched Rugrats as a kid, never found it funny. I remember watching Rugrats as a kid. I don't know whether it was whether I found it funny. I don't know, I just enjoyed the adventures they went on. Just enjoyed the various different adventures they all seemed to go on. There's quite a few ones like that, where it was just all about the adventure, whatever the adventure happens to be. I also had younger brothers and sisters. So there was a lot of time where it was like, we can pick one show. because I was very much of the generation where you had a limited amount of time every night on TV screens. And it was like, you are allowed one show, and only one show, or one show each. So, like, my little brother would pick Rugrats, and I'd pick fucking Jason the Wheeled Warriors or some shit like that. I should have had a shave, but I didn't, because I'm definitely going to be having a shave for this weekend. Because this weekend, for those people that might be around, I will be in Cardiff at the Twitch meetup. There's a Twitch meetup in Cardiff on Saturday. And I'm going to head over there. Which is another 5-hour journey for one night, but fuck it. I figured I'd go down, see Misuki, see Carlton, see Ben if he's there. I would imagine he will be, most likely, most likely. I saw you lifting your hands and you were weighing a nice pair of watermelons, and I got a big escape. Oh yeah, Eric told me we were literally just talking about how, according to the internet, the meme is all to do with like basketball and some Skrillex lyrics and stuff like that. But according to the local children in the area, it's actually to do with weighing breasts. One's a 6, one's a 7. Which, to be honest with you, now I think about it, actually is quite good. That's quite a good meme for kids to have. If they grow up with an understanding that one breast is always bigger than another, that means that they may actually grow up with some description of tolerance towards people with breasts. I think this could necessarily, like, this could be a good thing. This could be a good thing. You know, a deeper understanding. I don't think it will, but we can try. We can try, right? Good morning, Duchess Demona. How you doing? How's it going? Miss your glorious moustache. It is going this evening. I am looking forward to it disappearing, I have to say. Fucking eyelash. Because it is already irritating the fuck out of me. Already very much irritating the fuck out of me, you know. It's funny how memes, meanings change in different areas. Oh, definitely. Definitely. The amount of things that, like, I never really thought about it until I went to university. And in university, there was so many situations where... itchy mustache. There were so many situations where I'd be like, oh, this is the meaning of this. And then somebody else would be like, no. Like, we've been doing that for ages, and we've never known it to have that meaning. It's like, oh. Well, it definitely means that where I come from. And that's just been a thing forever, you know? Before memes were called memes. Before memes were called memes. Always sisters, never twins. Absolutely. Like testicles. Like testicles. Always sisters, never twins. There's always one that hangs lower than the other, and one that's slightly bigger than the other. And that's okay. That's alright. But fuck it. If it means that the youth of today are learning that that is like completely fucking normal. Fucking excellent. Excellent fucking news. You know? Went down memory lane a couple of weeks ago and watched the cartoon Tales from Crypt Keeper. Oh my god, Tales from the Crypt was amazing. No, because there was... Hold on. There was Tales from the Crypt, and then there was the Crypt Keeper. They were two different shows, and I can't remember which one was which. Can't remember which one was which. was still fun to watch. Yeah. My child's school did a whole thing about being the 7th day of school earlier in the week. While I've grown to accept it, I'm so tired of it. Yeah. The problem is, it's the reason why it's a problem is because 6-7 is annoying as fuck. When they just will not fucking shut up. And they're saying the same thing in that same annoying tone of voice. It's just like, oh, fuck off. I get it. You can count. Good. Do you know what I mean? Crypt Keeper was a cartoon. Which one was the one that was... It wasn't a cartoon. It was like a stop motion model. Or a puppet or something. Of like a shriveled corpse. Something on those lines. Where's my... Cartoon Tales from the Crypt Keeper. Regardless of the difference, they both deserve as much attention. Agreed. Oh, absolutely. Oh, lordy. Who's been tooting? Who's tooting? Zerkjack. Good lord. Tales from the Crypt was the thingy one. The puppet one. Stop motiony one. And then Crypt Keeper was the cartoon. Ooh, what was that? Like most popular things, it'll be overexposed and it'll die faster than grunge in 1994. Grunge didn't die in 1994. Grunge was the death of hair metal, though. And probably for the best, to be honest with you. As much as I do love my hair metal, it was probably for the best. Okay, that's that done. Next, The Darkening. My nesting partner just said that your look with just foundation and no eyeshadow looks beautiful. Ah, thank you very much. To be fair, the only eyeshadow I put on, I just put a little bit of brown on for this one, just to highlight the eyes a little, just a little, and then that fades out a little bit when I put the overlayer of foundation on. But that's very kind of you. Thank you very much, nesting partner. And then color up my moustache. For the last time this year. For the last time. Same with what's up? Yeah, I remember that. That was a Budweiser advert, was it? And then there was the Budweiser, which was always more popular with teenagers than it was with any adult. Powerful. Good lord. There we go. And now, the bit you've all been waiting for. 6-7 over was up? I don't think so. No, I'd have to disagree on that one. Was up was nowhere near. What's up? Was nowhere near as annoying as 6-7. 6-7. Because that shit is truly fucking frustrating when they will not shut up. Which is the reason why I quite like saying 8-9, because it really annoys them. If it annoys them enough to go away, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. You know? Also, thank you very much for the 100 little pandering, Jack. I appreciate that. Even if it did come with a little bum toot. A little bum toot! And we beat our face. We beat it. Getting all of the paws. Grunge died in 1984 because Kurt Cobain was gone. Things got way too real. That's when Green Day came along. The right time to lighten it up a little bit. I mean, there was more to the grunge movement than Kurt Cobain, but I see what you're saying. She goes by Dryad here on Twitch, by the way. Thank you very much for letting us know. I will do my best to remember. Adults did the wazza. Oh, they didn't in the UK. It was only like teenagers. I know, because I was a teenager about that point. Right, beat it into our face. Okay. Pretty much done. You missed the show Outer Limits, the 1992 version. I don't know that one. That one's lost on me, I'm afraid, Jack. Lurkway Petrichor Love, no worries. That was very annoying. It lasted for 2 years. That must have been thingy, because it definitely didn't have that kind of lifespan here. Definitely didn't have that kind of lifespan by any stretch of the imagination. Right, where's my little eyebrow thing? Because, of course, I've beaten the foundation into my face and therefore disgruntled the brows. I have one errant eyebrow hair, though. There we go. I was not happy about staying down. Getting all mischievous. Yes. Okay. Back into the realms of the eyeliner. No, I'm going to put them in there because I'm going to need them. For Saturday. One. Two. There we go. Oh. Made it back while you're still on. Yes, Druid Esmini. I'm still here. I'm still here. This is nice, Valen. What, just hanging out with me, putting face on, and beating the foundation into my paws. It's always better to let the gas out than hold it in. Just think of Hindenburg. Oh my god. Grunge like disco never died. It just became niche. Well, you can say that about every fucking every music genre. Grunge definitely made way for like new metal and what have you. And that sort of pop punk era. There we go. That will do nicely. Ugh. There we go. Thank you very much, Nibrin. Thank you. In Canada, most adults definitely did the was up, and I'm like, oh no, oh god. I definitely did the was up for, but then I was like 14, 15. It wasn't a thing. Certainly not for adults, anyway. Outer Limits was kind of like the Twilight Zone. It rings vague bells now that you've said that. Both evolved and de-evolved at some point. Had to handle work stuff. That's all right. That's okay. Work has to come first. You know what I mean? Fully assuming you don't need the 30-minute warning, but here it is anyway. Thank you very much, Semba. I appreciate that. Yeah, Nibrin's also thrown in the time there just to let me know for sure. Outer Limits had separate storylines that went over multiple episodes and seasons. Oh, okay. Every single time someone says like Outer Limits or Twilight Zone or something like that, I immediately think of what was it? Fact and Fiction. The one with Commander Riker. Have you ever stuck a noodle in a small ear? Have you ever plucked an eyebrow and tickled a giraffe? Have you ever rode a bicycle full charge into a lamppost and realized that your asshole twitches? Like the, you know, those ones? was it beyond Fact and Fiction or something like that? Yes to all. Hello, Krusty. How you doing? Can I get a shout out for Fabulous Krusty, please? I'd appreciate that. I remember having a crush on a grunge guy. Grunge was an interesting one. So basically, grunge killed off hair metal. Because hair metal started in like the late 70s and got... People, go check out my dear friend Krusty. Fucking hilarious individual. Razot gifting us up to Krusty as well. That's very fucking kind of you, you beautiful bean. Yeah, go and check out my dear friend Fabulous Krusty. Wonderful, wonderful human being who I love very, very dearly. Fucking hilarious individual. Fabulous Krusty. I should now describe your name upon the mirror vein. By having your name upon the mirror vein means you get access to my personal Snapchat, not a bum Snapchat, you cheeky devil. And of course you get access to all the sexy little emotes, but the most important thing is you gotta roll over every morning, look in the mirror, and go, God, do I look rough? But God damn, do I make rough look good? Ooh, harra, sexy, oh yes, meow, you know? You know? Oh, there we go. There we go. That's very kind of you, Razor. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Our Limits was fab way back then. Yeah, grunge. So hair metal happened, and it started in like the 70s with just rock and stuff like that, and then it got metally and thrash metal, and all of that stuff happened, and hair metal got more and more and more and more outrageous, preposterous, and beyond the realms of things. And do you know what? It's happening here today. The way that hair metal was the way that content creation was. And what happened was it got to the end of it and people were just desperate for authenticity. People were just desperate for something that felt real, something that felt like genuine, something that wasn't this glamorous, over-the-top, really super fake shit that was being cranked out in like the late 80s and what have you. Late 80s, early 90s. And then grunge came along and everyone was like, oh my fucking God. Like, they are talking about real shit. Like how depressing life can be, how fucking hard things are. And people wanted that genuine authenticity. And that is what is happening today with content creation, is the fact that you have got so many people that are so fucking fake. You've got all this AI content that's being thrown out there. You've got all of this stuff that is over the top and just bullshit. Like, you can tell that it's being made in order to farm adverts or farm viewership or what have you. It's not a genuine connection. It's not somebody doing something because they genuinely want to do it. They don't want to connect with their community, all that jazz. And then people are going more and more desperately trying to get the authenticity. They want to connect with somebody. They want to find something that is genuine. And it's great to see. It's great to see, but I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. There'll be an influx of AI content first. And then after the AI content has filtered out, that is when we will get into see more and more thirst for genuineness, for authenticity, as it were, you know. Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. That was the one, Eris Ptolemy. That was the one. It wasn't Baywatch Nights, I'm afraid, Razor. I'm afraid. Thank you so much for the shout out for Fabulous Krusty. Fabulous Krusty is a good friend of mine, friends. Please go check him out. Very, very, very entertaining individual, especially if you watch their YouTubes. Fucking mwah, beautiful. Guns N' Roses put a bullet in one leg of hair metal, and then grunge put another one. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. Because it was really interesting, because a lot of bands that are well known as metal bands started off as hair metal bands. Take Guns N' Roses, for example. You watch Sweet Child of Mine. The Sweet Child of Mine thingy where Axl Rose has got this back-combed hair and looks over the top and what have you. It's like, yeah, the influence of hair metal, all the hairspray, all that jazz. The other band that people that are always surprised to hear started in a hair metal variety was Pantera. Yes, white supremacist, neo-Nazi, Phil Anselmo, bald head, angry motherfucker, hates everything and everyone, especially if they're not white. That entire band started off as a hair metal band in the glamorous tight pants and the lipstick and the eyeliner and everything, which I always find very, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. Fabulous Krusty, in between each of those bullets was a wasteland. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. It's one of the main reasons that I can't watch other creators. I hate it. Yes. Yeah. I'm very selective about who I watch. Because I like watching... I like the people being their authentic selves. For sure. For sure. And I've definitely seen the other thing happen. I've seen people start off authentic, and then as time's gone on, they've desperately tried to farm more and more views and then become less and less authentic. And I'm like, all right, I'm bored of you now. I'll move on to other things, you know? But yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But I think it's gonna get, like I said, my prediction is it'll get worse before it gets better, because the corporations are desperately going to push AI content, like especially like YouTube's going to push AI content like nobody's fucking business. And then when they finally pay attention and realize that people fucking hate AI content because it's not creative, it's all usually inane bullshit, they're gonna be like, right, I'm fucking done with this shit, I'm moving on to something else. And that's when the more genuine, more authentic, us people being our real selves, will really start to take off again, you know. My grandma loved that show. I really enjoyed Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. I thoroughly enjoyed. I remember revisiting it only a few months ago and enjoying it for sure. For sure. I remember Unsolved Mysteries from the 90s. I think that's on like Amazon Prime. Just a moment, because I definitely woke up to a program like that like a couple of weeks ago. YouTube's music even started suggesting AI music to me, and there's no way to block it. Do you know what's really? No, you can't block it. YouTube have already declared that they are going to treat AI content like everybody else's content, which means it's, like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. However, there is certain types of AI content that you have to tick a box if it includes AI content when you are uploading a video. So you've got to tick a box saying, does it include AI content? If it does include AI content, I believe that it then gets scanned to find out if it hits certain criteria, because certain types of AI content are demonetized. I can't remember what the criteria is, though. Can't remember what the criteria is. Give you a better example of Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains are thrown into the grunge. Yeah, Alice in Chains are definitely thrown into grunge a hell of a lot. They were kind of like a middle ground, though. They were fucking great. I really liked Alice in Chains. I really liked Alice in Chains. What was the other one? There was another band. I can't remember. It's not ringing any bells. It's gone. It's gone from my brain. It's gone from my brain. Evidently not important enough. But I did enjoy it. Alice in Chains were great. Their first album, Bleeds Hair Metal. Yeah. Well, the thing was, I mean, so I know somebody who used to, once upon a time, she was married to one of the guys who owned a bar on the Sunset Strip in the 80s. So literally the home of hair metal, the Sunset Strip in LA in the 80s. She was married to this guy who owned the bar. And she was telling me that Axl Rose came in all the fucking time. And the thing was, it was the middle of summer in LA, and he would turn up in a full fucking neck to floor length fur coat and was a cockend to everybody. This was before Guns N' Roses. He was always a dickhead to everyone. He was just a piece of shit to everyone around him. And then that just got worse as Guns N' Roses gained success, you know? Faith No More were a fucking genre into themselves. Jesus Christ, they were excellent. Now there's a newer Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix. Oh, maybe that's what I've woken up to then. I'd rather I'd rather be the Faith No More of the times than do whatever the heck I want. Yeah. Faith No More was a whole fucking revolution of... They included so many different genres when people were like, you can't merge the genres. And they were like, we can do what the fuck we want. Do you know what I mean? I had a lot of respect for them. Also, I seem to remember... Fuck, what's his name? Faith No More. Who's the lead singer? Mike Patton. Mike Patton, because back when I did like vocal coaching and shit like that, Mike Patton is like in the world record for like the biggest range, the biggest vocal range from highest octave to lowest octave, highest note to lowest note. He is like either the first or like he's in the top 3 of singers throughout known history that has actually got like that has one of the biggest vocal ranges known to man. I think he is either most human beings have a vocal range of about 3 octaves. Singers usually have, thank you very much Nibirin and Semba. Singers usually have 4 octaves. You will get good singers that have about 5 octaves. I believe that like people like Mariah Carey and Celine Dion have 6. I seem to remember that Axl Rose also has 6. But I think Mike Patton is like approaching 9. He's either like has just hit 9 or did hit 9, or do you know what? Let's find out. Mike Patton vocal range. Oh no, he's not that. The thing is, Mike Patton. Oh, in which case I got it wrong. So most people have 3. What's Mariah Carey's then? Because it says Mike Patton's got there. Mike Patton has an exceptionally wide vocal range of 6 octaves, which is according to is the broadest in popular music. Mariah Carey vocal range. Mariah Carey has 5. Axl Rose is only 5. So yeah, most people have 3 octaves. Axl Rose, Mariah Carey, and that have 5, and Mike Patton's like comfortably in a 6. Comfortably in a 6, which is mind-boggling. Because I remember literally being like, how the fuck do you get from the to so fucking high that people can barely fucking hear you and dogs go wild for it? Do you know what I mean? On YouTube, you can tell it not to suggest channels to you, but on YouTube Music, there's no such options. Do you know what's wild to me, Razotta? Do you know what, just talking about like music for a second? One of the top performing artists on Spotify for about 3 months was an AI artist. You can look it up. I don't have time to go into it now, but you can look it up. One of the top performing AI artists on Spotify for about 3 months was completely AI generated. AI generated background, AI generated musicians, AI generated music, AI generated lyrics. Everything about it was AI. And nobody fucking knew. Nobody had any fucking clue that that was the case until people started spotting like little nuances that just seemed really, really unnatural. And when people started deep diving into it, they were like, this is entirely AI. The whole thing is AI. They're amazing. Newer Artists in Chains is I haven't listened to any newer Artists in Chains. However, this is a moment where I'm going to take a moment to be like, hey, you should check out the new AFI. AFI, hey, Miss Murder, can I? Have basically discovered Bauhaus and the Cult and have reinvented their entire fucking image, and it's everything. It is fucking excellent. I hated AI back in the day. AFI back in the day, and now I'm like, this is really good. I might need to buy this album. Does have to train the algorithm somehow? Yeah, Alice in Chains did come from hair metal, like before their first album. Oh right, okay. So that sounds like Pantera, to be honest with you. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, AIC, Soundgarden, oh my god, Stone Temple Pilots, yeah. And, oh fuck, I can't remember their name. I'm thinking of songs, I can't remember it. Do you ever listen to Mother Love Bone? No, that one's new on me. Didn't know I liked Epic in high school, but I loved it, yes. The Star Dog Champion, but I heard Tribute by Temple of the Dog. Question everything YouTube. Every YouTube channel that has been created since the start of 2025, I reject every one that has mass-produced AI content. There's fucking loads of it. There's fucking loads of it. On that note, I shall see everyone for Vainmas. No worries, see you later, Eris, you beautiful individual. Appreciate you. Remember my sister was invited to a party by Alice Cooper himself. She had no clue who he was at the time, so declined the invite. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. I love that. Also done loads of voice work for movies and video games of various monsters and creepy stuff. I fucking love that. I have to say, I love a superstar that's a bit of a nerd. I love a superstar that's a bit of a nerd. What Axl Rose does is falsetto, which to my knowledge technically does not count as part of a vocal range. He does falsetto now. He didn't used to. The reason why he does falsetto now is because he literally cannot change. He cannot reach those notes. Because the thing about being a cisgender man is as you grow older, your vocal range shrinks. Because your voice can't tighten as the way that it used to. It actually happens with everybody. Everybody's like, you can't hit the higher notes. You lose your upper range as you get older. Because your body can't keep that. And unless you are literally training it every single fucking day like gym folk do. You know what I mean? With their muscles, you just can't do it. There's a lot of folk metal that's AI. Oh god, that's depressing. So hard to detect until I track the artist. Yeah. Why I buy physical albums from stores. Yeah, exactly. What show was entirely AI? Loved AFI. I have to see this new image and listen to the album. The new image is mind-boggling. I fucking love it. How's it going, Aoife? How you doing, you wonderful individual? Everybody. Unfortunately, I'm afraid you have come in just at the end, Aoife, because I have to go and get ready to go do the final Christmas parade and get rid of this stupid fucking mustache. I am very much looking forward to it. Cannot bloody wait. Does anyone remember the show Friday the 13th about haunted items? No. The only one I know is the the movie of Friday the 13th. Friends, unfortunately, and I genuinely mean unfortunately, because I was really enjoying this conversation, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave it there. I'm going to have to leave it there because I have got to go and get myself sorted and ready for this the grand finale of the Christmas parade. However, we are, of course, going to go and throw some love at another delightful individual. I'm going to go throw some love at another wonderful human being so that I can spread the love around and show you all to another wonderful being. Friends, if you could stick around for the raid, I would really, 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 really appreciate it. Even if it's on like 5-10 minutes. Before we go anywhere, though, could you do me a massive favor and throw out some mod loves in the channel, like I've just done there? Mod loves in the channel to say a massive thank you to those wonderful moderators. You can use any kind of mod loves from any kind of channel. You can use any kind of love hearts from any kind of channel. Say a massive, massive thank you to all those beautiful, beautiful individuals who are our moderators. Thank you, mods, for all that you do. Thanks so much for all you do in and out of stream. All the stuff you do for me behind the scenes and all the stuff you do for this wonderful, wonderful community. I really, really, really appreciate it, you beautiful beings. Let me have a quick look at who we can go throw some love at. We could do... Oh, no, we can't. Can't do that. Okay. Do you know what? Let's go see this person. Let's go see this person. Yeah, let's go see them. It's their birthday. That seems like a fun thing to do. Let's go see them. Okay, friends. We're going to go see this wonderful individual. Let me just get their name. They pop in here every so often, and it's really nice to see. And we always like to go and celebrate a birthday. Friends, we are going to go and see a glorious individual called the Rebel Inc. We're going to go see the Rebel Inc. Rebel Inc. pops in here every so often, has a good old conversation with us, good old natter with us. And it's good to be able to go and throw them some love. Normally they don't stream at this time. They normally stream much earlier in the day. So I don't get to raid them very often. But it'd be nice to go throw them some love. Friends! If you are here, could you please do me a massive favor? Thank you very much, One True Cribble. Could you do me a massive favor? If you are a subscriber, please copy and paste the first raid message. If you are not a subscriber, please copy and paste the second raid message. That's the first Bot of Vein raid message for subscribers. The second Bot of Vein raid message for non-subscribers. If you can stick around for the raid, even if it's only 5-10 minutes, just go throw them some love. I would really appreciate it. Friends, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for us raids, the subs, the gift subs, all the cheeky little bitties. Thank you so much for follows. Thanks so much for all you beautiful lurkers, and especially those ones that have used your channel points to say, hey, Twitch, I'm a real viewer. Don't forget me, you shits. If you are here and you are watching the VOD, I really appreciate you as well. Everyone say goodbye to the mustache, because the mustache is going. It'll be gone by the next time you see me. Friends, I'll be back on Monday at 7 p.m. GMT, that's 7 p.m. British time, for Vainmas, which is the stream that other people take over for. If I see you in Cardiff on Saturday, then I see you on Cardiff on Sunday. Until then, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Because if I wouldn't do it, it'll fucking kill you. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.